shocked here.
This is where I mess up right here, I think.
Okay, yes. Okay, now there you go. You're taking it. Yeah, there's a whole thing. I remember when my dad. Yeah, that just kind of went lazily over it. I remember my dad said you got to kind of like take it, you got to run it around, you do this, you run it around the back end.
Back end, I like it.
Yeah, okay. And then you kind of just flip it, run it over the top there. Yeah, I think you're kind of getting back to where it's just backwards. You see how the skinny part again is out the front.
That knot, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're down to your last 30 seconds
That's not
here.
it.
90 seconds in. Jay Bird trying to tie a tie here on KVJ TV. Now he gets shocked here in about 20 seconds.
Nothing? Doesn't it sort of doesn't resemble?
What you?
Could that work?
If you were a hobo.
This doesn't. Is that even close? I feel like it is sort of close.
Okay, all right.
I feel like a banker right now.
Virginia, that's the final. Oh, okay, he did. Yeah, okay. He had it, then he undid it.
I made fun of it. Did I get it? Did I ever
your
get it?
time is up, Virginia. He had it, then he undid it, and then he had nothing tied at the 2-minute mark, which is what he had.
But did I have it, though? Did I ever get it?
Did he actually, would it qualify?
No. Sadly, you failed the challenge.
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason. Talks like a spaz. And they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
What's up? It is Tuesday here at KVJ Show. It's good to see y'all. Ready for another big day?
Yes.
I'm ready for it. I have a fashion question for you guys.
Well, I don't know if you're asking the right people.
Does this hoodie look too small on me?
Yes.
I feel like it's tight in my... I think it's my niece's... I just knocked out the camera, too, like an idiot.
Put your pockets back in your shorts. Yeah, there you go.
Too small, I think. I think it's my niece's jacket.
It's very possible, yeah.
That's a girl's jacket.
It's a girl's jacket.
Yeah, it's...
I like how I'm like, everyone, look at my jacket. And as I move the camera, I knock the camera offline so nobody can see what I'm talking about.
Great timing.
Okay, it's too small.
How did you wind up with her jacket?
I have all of these boxes of clothes that I'm going through, and some of these, I don't even remember getting them. There's these weird women blouses. I don't know if it's my ex-girlfriends or if it's my nieces. I've had so many people live with me in the last 3 years. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it is. It's very confusing. If you have a big family or a larger household, we have just, when you put something in the laundry basket in my house, you don't know if you'll ever see it again.
Yeah, I felt uncomfortable because I found like these undergarments. I was 100% sure they were my nieces because she used to live with me. So I'm like, hey, here's your bra and panties. Those aren't mine. I'm like, okay.
Awkward.
Those were ex-girlfriends.
You hope.
No, it's either my ex-girlfriends or my dad's.
That's it, yeah.
If you don't like somebody, that is a really fun way to mess with them. Put undergarments just in their space.
Yeah, but then you're just evil.
Yes, I am. All right, well, we've got another day with the KVJ 5K triple play today. Yesterday, a $5,000 winner. It is so simple. In just 1 hour and 5 minutes, we are going to tell you the 3 songs to listen for today. When they play in that order, be caller number 9, and you'll pick up $5,000. That's simple. Right here, just local. The playing pool is very small. It's just South Floridians. Listen to 97.9 WRMF.
I saw the video yesterday. The chick that won, Tracy St. George, and the new girl went and rolled up and gave her a check.
I love that.
Boom, right there on her front porch.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Because,
that's awesome.
So many people are like, oh, yeah, it's some actor somewhere that you guys are, I don't believe it. So, yeah, we're driving them up and taking photos. And
I love it.
Yeah, making sure you know that, we are just driving out. $100,000 is what we're going to be doing. So we got $95,000 left to give out.
Sweet.
And it's as simple as listening at 7:10 every single weekday morning. We'll tell you the 3 songs in the KVJ 5K triple play. When they play, then you just be call number 9. 97.9 WRMF, the best variety of the 2000s, 10s, and today. You'll hear it coming up 7:10. We got the songs for you.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it's crazy when these stalkers get so close to the celebrities they're trying to catch. It sounds like Miley Cyrus has this obsessed fan who has been making threats and saying a lot of stuff for a while now. How lucky is she that her security team noticed him in the crowd? Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
I will give you the details about
They're earning their money.
some of the stuff, right? Some of the stuff that he was saying. He is scary. Before we get into that, I know you had asked Jay Bird how the Emmy Awards did on Sunday night.
Oh, did I see? Oh, man.
Boy, it was under 10 million viewers for the first time ever. The ratings for the broadcast were coming in at 6.9 million viewers. That's down almost a third from last year.
Well, when I was looking it up yesterday, none of the numbers had come in yet, but all they kept on referring to was how 2018 was terrible and the numbers were on the decline, and it was lower.
Way lower. A third.
Did you watch any of it? I saw clips of it. It's really kind of unwatchable. It's not that good.
Well, I think what happens just where we are in society, there's a couple things that are factoring into this, and it makes perfect sense. One, time-shifted viewing, and it's the type of show where you just want to see the highlights. I don't know that necessarily I think that showing it, not a lot of people want to sit down for the whole get-go of it. Just, kind of show me the quick little funny clips and the stuff
That's
that
it.
we give you on the radio. We
don't have time for this. We don't watch things in this long form.
Yeah, people aren't really sitting down live to view things.
Unless they're in TV.
Well, and the thing that's tough about one of those things, too, is the expiration on that's really fast. It's kind of like French fries. When it comes out of the fryer, it's good, but 2 or 3 days later, somebody's not, if they recorded the Emmys, probably going to sit down and watch it because they're going to be bombarded with it all over the place.
Do you think politics at all play a role into the decline? I agree, too.
I think there's about 3 factors. I think one is just the way we watch TV. I think it's our attention spans, and I think it's the political stance that a lot of celebrities take.
Whether you're Republican or Democrat, I think some people just don't want to hear a bunch of actors talking about
politics. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
It's one of the most polarizing things that celebrities do. When we talked just the other day about who did you used to like and why do you not like them now, the number one reason people said they don't like a certain celebrity now is because they've taken a stance on something. And they're like, nah, it's irritating. It's not what I got into them for.
If you're a little lamb like me and you love some Mariah Carey, you'll be excited about this. Coming up November 1st, Mariah is going to release a 25th anniversary edition of her album Merry Christmas, which of course featured the hit All I Want for Christmas Is You. She's also going to put 5 new holiday songs on there, and there'll be a video on there from when she did this whole show. You can pre-order it right now on the website.
It's crazy how she did not like that song, All I Want for Christmas. She didn't like it.
She didn't think it was going to be the monster that it is, and now it's a lot of people's favorite Christmas song. Of all the Christmas songs, it's a lot of people's favorite. So
yeah, she hated it till she saw that first check.
Right?
Yeah. I kind of like this song, actually.
And finally here, Miley Cyrus was performing in the iHeart Festival they were doing out in Vegas, that big concert. And I guess her security team is on it because they're sitting there watching the crowd. And they're looking at different people in the crowd, and they notice 42-year-old David Rumsey in the audience. Now, he's not first row. He's like in the audience. And this guy had been leaving all kinds of threats and crazy messages on her Twitter, talking about things that he wanted to do to her that I can't even say on the radio. I mean, it is bad. He talks about Trump. He talks about Jesus. He talks about being the King of Kings. He talks about wanting revenge because last time he was locked up because Miley, quote, played with him. Oh, my gosh. This guy is unhinged. Luckily, the security team saw him, and he was taken into custody because of those previous threats that he's made against her. He is currently still in custody in the Clark County Jail. And that is what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.
What are you thinking about? What
are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about, Jay Bird?
I got a lot on my mind, but the one question I do have, and I always hate asking Denny's this stuff because that poor sweet Denny, he's got so much on his mind. He's always working on people's problems. For whatever reason, out of the blue now, anytime I turn off my computer, my laptop, my Mac, all of my passwords and username, it all disappears. So if it shuts off for any reason, if it's my Yahoo Mail, if it's my Gmail, if it's our Radio Prep, all of the passwords are blank. All of the usernames are blank.
Oh, no way. That's inconvenient.
Oh, it is so inconvenient because they're all different. You know, I try to keep them all uniform for the most part, but they're not. Why is it doing that? I tried to Google it. They give you 9 billion different reasons, and none of them apply to my situation. Has anybody ever had that happen to them where every time your device goes, like, you turns it off, all of your passwords are gone? And then you have to remember that. It really is inconvenient. I was trying to get a hold of you guys yesterday because our station stuff was under those passwords.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Technology does weird things, and I can't explain it. I've had this thing going on where there's a guy I know, and his name is Mac, and I try to send him a text message, and then as soon as I hit send, it says it sent it to somebody named Sherry. And
Who's Sherry?
Somebody else that's completely could not be further away and more unrelated to this guy, Mac. And so I got into this weird thing where I was texting the other day because I was meeting up with Mac, and I'm like, hey, I'm running behind, and it sends it to Sherry, and I'm like going, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know why it sent that to you. And they're like, okay. And then I sent another one to him again saying, hey, just want to let you know. And boom, as soon as I hit send again, it goes to Sherry, or it says it went to Sherry.
Oh my gosh.
And they had Mac or Sherry, whoever's getting these text messages, had to think I'm a maniac.
Oh, he's drinking.
Because I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm late running. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was trying to meet someone else. Like going, hey, I'll be over to see you in a second. They're like, what is he doing?
He needs to put down the White Claw.
Oh my gosh.
That's alarming.
And I don't know what's going on because I went in and I just wound up, sorry, Sherry, I deleted your phone numbers. Because I got your email address. I'll contact you that way because I thought maybe that would solve it because I would be texting Mac more often. And I sent another text and it sent it back, sent to Sherry again.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know what's going on at this point. So now when I just see I'm saying and I'm getting responses from Sherry or Mac that seem to make sense.
Yeah, man, I don't understand why.
I don't get why I would do that.
That is ultimately frustrating.
Well, the other issue that I'm having too, even Denny's can't figure it out. I got a brand new phone. Everything is different. The same issue I had with my last phone. Anytime I send an email from my phone, it sends whoever I'm sending that email to my full address. So, and Denny, no one can figure out why. Every time I move, it's sending people to murder me via email, and nobody can figure it out why. It's not on Google. Nobody gets it. I even asked the guy at the Sprint store. He's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Nobody knows why my address is linked up to my email.
Yeah, some of these glitches are just...
No wonder the stalker has no problem following you.
Easiest person to murder, Jason Lee Pennington. If anybody knows any of the answers, call me offline or send me a message offline. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it because all my electronics don't work.
I don't think it's just you, though. I think that for whatever reason that our electronics get weird glitches. You know how organized I am with everything, and why? I mean, it makes no sense. I don't want to interrupt Mac right now, but I could show you. I send a text message, it'll say Mac, and then you hit send, and it's like Sherry. You're like,
Sherry, no, not Sherry again.
But then I just started to realize, how would it even know Sherry's numbers unless it's pulling from the cloud or something? I think the cloud really threw a lot of glitches into things, and so maybe I am still texting Sherry. I don't know.
I've tried to text people. It keeps bouncing back, and then they'll send me a message via social media, and I'll say, oh, yeah, I tried to send you a message, but it bounced back. And it totally sounds like I'm lying. All of these problems make you sound like a liar, but they are real.
Yeah.
They're real, man.
It is hard to explain why these things happen. You're right.
I just want to go back to the old school phone.
Everybody always automatically assumes, okay, it's definitely operator error.
But I don't think that's operator error. I mean, that just sounds like, with Jason's, Nobody can figure out why he's sending his address out. And with you, of course, you're not trying to send Sherry details about your meeting.
I just looked. I don't even have a phone number in there for Sherry yet. Somehow it says that my text messages for Mac are going to Sherry.
Like, you're trying to send me a message. Hey, Bertie, want to go grab a drink? But it sends to Sherry. Hey, Kevin, you want to get a drink?
Right.
Kevin, you're married.
But I'm
and
not
Sherry knows that.
I'm not sure Sherry even ever received any text messages at all. They might have all gone to Mac, who thinks I'm a complete maniac at this point. I'm going to be there in a minute. No, I won't. Oh, wait. Sorry, that was for someone else. Wait.
So what you have to do is you have to go sit with Sherry when you're texting Mac.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
have to invite Sherry
and
out.
Be like, watch this. What do you think?
Look at this, Sherry. Help
pretty
me.
crazy,
And you
yeah.
got to see if she's getting anything on her phone.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Everyone's got answers, and I thank them, but they're all different. So I appreciate it.
Okay, what do you got on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I do this in emergency situations only. A few times I've had to put Magnolia. Sometimes she's with her little friends, and I have to put them in an Uber or a Lyft just because it's like a scenario where I can't pick them up and it's just drama and crazy. But emergency only do we do that because technically, if you read the rules for Uber and Lyft, you're supposed to be 18. And so when you check that box that says, I checked the box and I read the rules and understand them and I'll follow them, it says you have to be 18.
You break a lot of Uber rules, I've noticed.
I do.
You really do. You try to tell me
She's
that you're
Uber
allowed
outlaw.
to bring a roadie in an Uber, and you are absolutely not allowed to bring a roadie in.
I've never been denied.
I know you haven't.
Because they're scared.
I know they are.
So anyway, the other day I had to put her in an Uber, but she wasn't alone. She had a few of her friends with her. So I'm like, all right, it's not going to be bad. And I tell her, if you get a driver, because you immediately see your driver's picture. I'm like, if you get a driver immediately that you don't, if they look shady at all, just keep swiping till you get like a chick driver. And usually the chick drivers are safe. That's the way I look at it. Like,
that's how you look at it, because you can trust all women.
it's less risky with a chick driver.
And all men are evil, Kevin.
Yes,
Let's
because
just get
as
that.
we know it, not one woman has ever murdered or committed any kind of
Right.
serious
While
crime.
we're talking, I'm
I'm just a numbers girl. You decrease your risk.
It's like, I think 90% of all crimes are committed by men, less than 10% women. Is that
sounds
your
right.
numbers?
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
Are those Virginia stats?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm reading her.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's got a blog up. Yeah, it's Why I Hate Men.
.org?
Yeah.
It's official. It's
It
one of
is
those-
official.
I don't
yeah.
hate men. I just hate bad men, and there's more of them than there are bad women.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So they're in the Uber, and I guess this chick is coming unhinged, the driver, and she's just talking about all this stuff going on with her life, and then she starts giving life advice to all the teen girls in the back seat. She's telling them to drop out of high school and become strippers because they'll make more money. And then
Who's saying this?
The
The
driver.
driver?
The driver, the Uber driver. She's like, you girls are pretty. You'll make a lot more money. Drop out of high school. And, these are smart girls. They're laughing and giggling. And then immediately they told us, the parents, and we're like, okay, no more Uber, no more Lyft. That's it. We're done.
Oh, my goodness.
Drop out of high school and become strippers. You'll make a lot of money.
I got to send you this link, Kev. It's femaileubercrimes.org. It's all the crimes that females commit in Uber cars.
I just would like to see a regular segment called Uber Advice.
Yeah.
Life advice from the Uber driver.
Yes.
You're right. There is a type of Uber or Lyft driver that has kind of like that bartender mentality where they're driving
Yes.
and giving some wisdom. I've seen it.
You're there, you're in their car, it's a counseling session, and they're going to drop it on you.
And I'm not going to lie, there's been some times I've had a couple drinks and I've let it all out, man. I mean, they were probably like, oh my gosh, why did I even ask this guy a question?
So they're a driver / therapist
Yes.
/ career coach.
I mean, you literally never know what you're going to get when you get in a stranger's car. Think about it. It's a stranger. Now you're getting in their car. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know how this is going to go.
Do you remember when I took an Uber from Port St. Lucie from that pizza Italian fest we did? And the woman took me all the way to West Palm. It was a good hour drive. That poor woman. It was such a long ride for her.
Was that after I beat you in the lasagna challenge?
It was. I just, Virginia was drinking wine nonstop. She was just ridiculing me in front of Port St. Lucie people, the good people of Port St. Lucie.
We went on stage, and
Yeah.
he didn't realize that it was a roast.
Yeah,
she was drinking wine. I wasn't yet.
But he started.
I was a little late, and she just was in full vicious V mode. Hey, look at Jaybird. Hey, look at this shirt. That's wrinkled.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
It's awful.
It sounds terrible. What I got on my mind here is I don't know why. I really, this shouldn't bother me, but I'm actually kind of taking this hard. Dwayne Wade is moving. He's leaving South Florida. Now, why would I care? I don't know, but it really does. It personally affects me. I mean, we renamed it Wade County for you, man.
Oh,
like, why would you leave? I don't get that. And I get, you want to go hang out with LeBron in L.A. and you said you're going to work with him and train him before Lakers games because you guys are friends.
and Gabrielle Union's in L.A.
Yeah.
She's got the whole L.A. Hollywood thing.
So I do get that, but I mean, he's selling his home here. Like, he's no longer going to be in South Florida. Like, he's leaving us. He's just out.
I'm in the market for a house. What's he listing it at?
$32.5 million.
My gosh.
Yes, it's a
Can you
14,000 square foot home.
Oh my God.
There in Miami Beach. I think he lives kind of like down that one road in Coconut Grove that's shady and nice, and everybody kind of lives down that beautiful street.
It's got like tree shade.
Yes,
Oh.
it's beautiful down. Oh, I love it. Yeah. I used to walk down there and in fact, I would walk that street and just wait to see if any Heat players would drive by because they would.
You're so desperate.
And
I'm so
creepy.
thirsty for any kind of.
Hey, Mr. Wade.
But I don't even know if you'd say anything. I think you would just lurk and watch them.
Yeah, I would. No, I was out one time. Yeah, I think I was like at Barry's there, and there was like I can't remember who it was that came in, and I was just like, I was just staring at him the entire time. Like,
So you don't go up to celebrities that you like? Are you too embarrassed to do that?
no, I just sat back like everybody else and took photos
Okay.
without them knowing.
I'd feel weird going up to somebody I like. I mean, I remember I saw Steve Weagle at CR Chicks, and I lost my mind. I'm like, Steve Weagle, you're getting the same sandwich I'm getting.
Yeah, I see Virginia makes it awkward. Yeah, you are pronounced. I just kind of like I'm a creeper. I'm a lurker and I creep and.
If I've been drinking, I get what I want, which is usually a photo. But if I haven't, I sometimes just get a picture of the back of their head.
So you had to have been drinking for the Regis time, weren't you? Because that was really funny. We saw Regis walking down the street.
In City Place.
Yeah, and you just went into full-on sprint mode. You got right behind him and took a picture of the back of his head. He's like looking back at you. What's this crazy lady doing?
It's an interesting thought. Somebody texted in and said, Virginia, something to think about. Just because they're female drivers doesn't mean that they could not be trying to traffic young girls, especially what she was talking about. The girls are more likely to go with a woman than a man.
I know.
And so that might be the kind of place where they would put them to try to find young girls and be like, hey, by the way, girls, you want to make a lot of money? You're pretty.
I
Yeah.
know.
Well, those specials, they do have sometimes a young girl help lure the other girls.
I know. I thought about all that.
Yeah. Okay.
Are those stats still 98% men are all awful? What was your stats?
It's dropped to 95.
Okay.
Okay. But that's where we stand. Coming up here in a couple of minutes, yesterday, what was on my mind, I was telling you about that next door that you can sign up for and see what is going on in your neighborhood. It just opened up my eyes to all these things that are happening. I had no idea we had such a duck problem. There was a big fight over duck trappers.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
You realize just how quirky and sometimes bored all of your neighbors are.
Yeah, but you're really, because, for us in the street that we're on, it's really quiet. We don't really ever see, I know my exact next door neighbors, but that's really the only neighbors that we even talk to for the most part.
Yeah, this new round, I'm not real familiar with my neighbors. There's a lot of neighbors around me, too. It's way different than my other unit.
So when you go on next door, it's really kind of fascinating to see the drama that's going on. And yeah, the duck trapper thing is a big deal. And yesterday I told you about that psychic that said that she's in connection with the Archangel Michael.
Yes.
And she was looking for a t-shirt shop because she wanted to take the sayings that the Archangel Michael was giving her to put on the t-shirt to have a t-shirt business.
Love it.
Yes.
Didn't you say yesterday, why didn't you just Google something?
Yeah. Just Google local t-shirt places. There's a bunch of them.
She wants word of mouth, and I get
you would
that.
think maybe the angel would help her. You're an archangel.
You don't need an angel to
I don't know.
use-
Maybe they don't wear t-shirts in heaven. I don't know.
Everybody knows about Google, right?
Again, maybe she wanted word of mouth. Maybe that's a big thing for her.
I don't know. Yeah, so that's what she's looking for, and I know where she lives. She lives just one complex right over.
That's crazy. So that's in our area.
That's in our area, yes. Which I thought was pretty awesome. So yesterday, I asked a question on the KVJ Show Facebook page. What saying do you have that is good enough to put on a T-shirt?
Oh, I love it.
Yes. What saying that maybe even if you don't have it right now, I'd be like going, man, you know what? I should put that on a T-shirt. I'll give you some of the responses we got coming up next.
Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason? YouTube.com/KVJ Show. What's hot now on the KVJ Show?
Well, just yesterday, not only did we have somebody win here locally for the KVJ 5K triple play, but you had Tracy St. George and Nikki driving the check right to their door to say, hey, here you go. Here's your check. I mean, bam, look at that. Like same day type Amazon delivery. You gotta love that, right?
Hey, it was impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Same day delivery.
That's how we're doing it around here. I'd love to hear that. Coming up in just 30 minutes, we're going to give you the 5K triple play songs. You're going to have one from the 2000s, the 10s, and one from today. We'll tell you the songs only right around 7:10. That's the only time you're going to hear them. Then you got to listen for them to play later on today. Caller number 9, when they do, will win the $5,000 for the KVJ 5K triple play coming up.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, we were talking yesterday about how there's a psychic that is in my neighborhood complex in my general area, and she is connected to the Archangel Michael, and he's giving her T-shirt slogans. And so she just needs to find a T-shirt company to put the slogans on. And I can't wait for this. So hopefully she'll have some kind of stand-up in the neighborhood or something like that so we can... I really would like to know what the Archangel Michael is saying to her. I mean, coming from an angel, it's got to be pretty good slogans, right, Virginia?
You would think.
I would think that'd be a very successful T-shirt shop. Just my thought. So my question I put on the KVJ Show Facebook page yesterday is, what saying is good enough to put on a T-shirt?
I mean, I got a couple of my own. Obviously,
go right ahead.
Bigfoot is real would be one, and it's been on a many T-shirts.
Yes,
I like this. You ever hear that song "Power to the People"? I want to do "Power to the Pizza" with a big old pizza on there.
Yeah,
power to the pizza, baby.
That's not a bad idea. That would sell.
I think it would.
That would sell. I'm gonna throw some ideas that people had. You tell me, okay? Do you think that's? Are you buying on that? You let me know the ones that stick out to you. Megra said her idea for the saying to put on a T-shirt. Had to venture outdoors because my internet is down.
Okay.
That's clever.
Ashley said, the boobs are real, the smile is fake.
Okay.
They're going with paragraphs. I like it.
Christine said, I always carry a fork in my purse because cake happens.
That's cute.
Okay. And Julie said, everything tastes better than skinny feels.
Okay.
That's cute. She flipped it.
Yeah. And Zane had just one word. I kind of like this. It just says, breakfast, question mark?
That's one word and it says it all. I love it.
Laura's T-shirt slogan, pumpkin spice sucks. Fight me.
I agree, too. Yeah, you could do that with a lot of things.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
You could do that with a lot of things. Circus peanuts are whack.
That probably right now, if you came out with that, I think that would be the best seller. If I had to invest in any of those slogans that I just heard, I think I would probably go with that one right now, this time of year, and probably breakfast question mark second. At least because we hear it like every single day on this show.
Speaking of breakfast,
you really need that shirt.
I really do.
Somebody asked me the other day what my Housewives tagline would be, and I thought about it, and I'm like, "Ooh, this would be good for a shirt." I've spilled more than you can drink.
Okay. Yeah. It's so annoying.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, can we get a shirt right next to you with an arrow pointing to you that says so annoying?
And it's like they're really kind of bragging about being an alcoholic, which you can't believe, but yeah,
So
they're still
bold.
doing it. It's just so bold.
Bragging about their terrible behavior. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty tough. That's good. All right, so thank you very much for the T-shirt slogans. If you would like to add yours, you can jump onto the KVJ Show Facebook page. You can also text them in here, 877-979-9763. Yeah, I mean, people are saying slogans we already got up there. The hashtag Be Cool. We actually have that shirt.
We
Pies
do.
Galore. We actually have that shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Summer of Rig. We need that shirt. I need that as a sweater.
I don't know. We do have a summer rig yet, do we?
We need to have the rig and the
kinda,
pig.
It's kind of over now, yeah.
I know it's
unfortunately.
over, but you almost. What's the next level than an 8x10 picture? Is it 11x15? We need an 11x15 photo. Summer of Rig, autographed by Kev. Sell those things sell like hotcakes.
You think so?
I do.
You think that's so good?
People would put them in their living room.
And by people, he means him.
I would definitely put that in my living room.
Somebody's T-shirt phrase would be "Accidents cause people." Yes, that's true.
That's true.
And the old famous biker shirt about if you can read this, you know what fell off. So there you go. Well, I'm having a lot of fun because of the Nextdoor stuff. I was reading it again yesterday, and somebody sent me a nice little tip. Kevin, you got to check it out. They have best of Nextdoor. So somebody has gone through and all the best posts.
Oh, it's good.
I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was going through it. I'm like, we have, stuff for days. It's honestly, it's never going to end, all the unbelievable stuff that is going on. So I've got one for you right away.
Drama, you got drama and you gotta tell all. You love to complain about your pain. Hey, you're Facebook fishing.
Okay, here we go. This is a fun little thing. Tracy had sent this one out from her neighborhood page near Wellington. Somebody apparently is redoing her front walk, and she wants the stones gone so they can pour a new sidewalk. And that's actually when things from sidewalk to sideways go a little bit crazier. I'll play the role of Danny in this little thread here. I'll let Jaybird play the role of Terry. Virginia, you can take Jenny, and Denny's will have Risha.
Okay, Terry's a woman?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's Terry with an I, so that's usually a chick.
Okay, so here we go. This is the little neighborhood post near Wellington. Who wants some walk-away rocks for the low, low price of free? All you got to do is come and get them. If not, we're hauling them to the dump on Saturday. Just let me know.
Okay, here comes Jenny. I'd like some of them. I'll send you a message.
Here comes Terry. Oh, I like them all. I can come by Tuesday. I'll shoot you a message. What time can we come over?
Here comes Risha. What's your address?
We're not far from Equestrian Club Drive and Stroller Way.
We'll swing by Friday and take what's left.
Okay, now there are no comments that happen basically for an hour. So this post is just sitting there. It's just baking. Nobody's like saying anything about it. And then Danny comes back on. He says, to whoever is in front of my house taking the rocks without my permission, please stop. I see you on my Ring camera. You don't have my permission.
You clearly said, come take them, so I came and I'm taking.
You need to take them back. There was no communication from you about taking them.
It says, walk away rocks, low, low price, a free, and I only took a few. If you want them, come and get them. I work hard hauling them away.
No, you need to bring those back. You never said you were taking them, and somebody already said they wanted them all. So bring them back, or I call the police.
Terry is my neighbor, and she is fine with me taking a few. And she was the first in line, so let's just stop this nonsense.
She was not the first in line, so bring back all the rocks you stole. I clearly said, let me know. So now, no one is getting them.
You did say free. Come and take them, too.
You all didn't communicate with me or my wife, so bring them back, or I will file a police report.
Danny, look, Risha's my neighbor, and a good one at that. She can be a little bee, so let her have them. I don't mind.
They are not your rocks, so I don't give a damn what you don't mind.
Maybe next time say, make an appointment.
Okay, Risha, why don't you make an appointment to kiss my ass and bring my rocks back? Oh my gosh, this guy. I mean, did he not kind of say, like, hey, they're free, here are the rocks, take them back, and then he loses his mind and threatens to call the cops because you stole them?
Yeah.
What is the ruling on that?
Danny's I think he's drinking.
It's like, what's he talking about, dude? It's crazy.
I love it.
So there they are. They're fighting over free rocks in Wellington. The duck thing that I was telling you about is a massive fight going on in my neighborhood. The duck population is apparently out of control, and then they have these duck trappers that are coming in, and people are noticing like the mama duck and her babies were no longer around, so people are walking all around. We have all these little canals and lakes all through like our whole neighborhood complex, so people are like forming community groups to walk around the lakes to look for the mama and her baby ducks. And they can't find them?
Because the trapper took them.
I don't know. So yesterday, because this is my area too,
yeah.
When I was walking Chewy, I was looking for ducks, and I found quite a bit of ducks. At least in my area, they ain't taking nothing.
I don't know. And
wouldn't it be upsetting to you, though, if you love the ducks and you find out they are taking out of your HOA money that you pay every month, money to trap and remove the ducks? I would be upset.
Am I paying for that and don't even know it?
Well, your landlord is.
That's what they said. They said I think it was in our area because that's all I'm spending my time doing is I'm reading it.
Your HOA fees are going in part to remove the ducks, and if you're a person that loves the ducks, I can see where it would be upsetting.
Well, they now pay him $2,500 a year, I think.
Yeah, Kev's in my head now. I'm like on duck walks now when I'm walking Chewy. I'm trying to see this duck population.
Duck Watch 2019.
And then we got an email here. Somebody was listening to us talking about on the After the Show podcast yesterday about the duck trappers, and they said, I want to make sure everybody knows that they don't relocate the ducks. They basically take them to alligator farms and
they feed the ducks to the alligators?
That's what they're saying.
So the trappers are taking the ducks by where we live at, and they're feeding them to alligators.
That's according to Alice. She sent this email to us to say to educate people on what happens.
Alice at alligatorfarms.com.
We got one email. That means it's real.
Yes.
I mean, think about it. You think he's driving these ducks out to a happy pond to live out their days? He's probably making money on both ends. He's probably double dipping.
Wow.
He makes money from the HOA by trapping the ducks. Yeah. He drives them to the alligator farm and probably makes a few coins there from the alligator owner.
He's not taking them to Duckland where they just be free as fun ducks?
Jaybird, in a perfect world, yes. But in the real world, no.
I know. In my mind, I'm thinking they're going to like some duck amusement park or
They're
something.
going to live out their days in happy fulfillment.
They're going to have duck families and go to duck carnivals.
Oh, they don't know where they're going until they're inside the alligator's mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so ducked.
Yeah. Somebody had said that what it is they're taking the mama duck and leaving the babies behind. And that's why people are losing their minds.
Oh, that breaks my heart,
it's like a terrible Disney cartoon.
Now they're orphan ducks?
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what Disney would do in a cartoon. The mom goes away, the ducks kind of grow up on their own.
Yeah.
They have to become the mama duck.
It's very Disney. That's why people are getting really upset. I mean, honestly, it is the biggest fight in my neighborhood I never knew was going on.
Now you're in it, baby.
Oh, I look at ducks way differently.
I gotta tell you, and I think it's just because it's happening down the street for me, and I drive by all these, and I know that I'm I can't.
You know the ducks.
I don't like reality TV, but I can't stop watching this next door post.
You're in it.
I'm like into all these things. I keep finding it. I'm just sitting there reading them all day long. There was another thing that I had seen where somebody's putting a mom on blast. She had put up these rules for a sleepover. Like going, who does rules for a sleepover? This is so stupid.
Why would she post that on there?
It was another mom that had it because she'd handed out to all the boys, apparently. And yeah, they just, people don't care because I think we're so worn down with reality TV and social media that we just think everything is fair game. And yeah, if you post something up like this, it's probably going to get picked up and people are going to talk about it on the radio.
Why would you post what to do at a sleepover? It has something to do with your neighbors.
I think she was telling the boys that were coming over to her house about the rules for the sleepover.
Yes.
And the other moms are making fun of her like, what do you mean rules for a sleepover?
But again, why would you post that publicly?
She didn't.
Oh, okay.
The other moms did.
Got They took a picture, posted it.
Yes. They're blasting her and making fun of her.
Got ya. I'm a little slow today.
We noticed.
So I'm so rattled by these ducks, man.
Oh, the motherless baby ducks are in his head.
Oh, they are.
So, some of the rules for the sleepover: no tickling or undressing in front of each other. No shouting or complaining.
No tickling.
No shouting or complaining.
I love it.
I'm out. I can't go.
Curfew time is 11 p.m. So you got to be lights off and all that kind of stuff at 11.
No tickling.
Yeah. I remember the only sleepover rules I ever remember as a kid, yeah, we would sometimes have some homes, the boring places had, the lights out. But that was the only rule I ever remember.
And then you only went to one sleepover there, and you were like, never again. The fun houses were the ones where the parents would like drink and go up in their room and close the door, and then you could just go run the neighborhood and they wouldn't notice.
Oh, yeah.
There was one kid who was rich because he had 2 refrigerators at his house. One for just sodas and beverages,
amazing,
and then
yeah.
others for the food. And yeah, they were rich. They had a pool and they had 2 refrigerators.
Yeah, Rob Thompson's house, they had that, but the rule was you weren't allowed to drink his mom's tab.
Tab. Why would you? It's gross.
Yeah. Meanwhile, no kids like Tab.
Tab was the worst.
Trust me, it's safe.
Here's what's coming up on the Dirt of the Day. Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in your Dirt of the Day, I got to tell you about this crazy scenario. So this actress, Jamie King is her name. I know you know her face. She's been in a bunch of stuff. She had a stalker, and you're not going to believe the level this guy went to, and then the level that she doubled down and went to. It is a crazy stalker story from Hollywood, and I'll share it with you coming up in your Dirt.
Entertainment updates 5 minutes after every hour from the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Our birthdays today. Gotta say, what up, Maria? Having a birthday today from Nico and the kids. Also, happy 30th to Crystal. Love Mom, Dad, Dustin, Samantha, and Brixton. Also, happy birthday to the woman sitting there drinking Wawa coffee, doing her makeup as she listens to the KVJ Show. I love you, Angie. Jeff's from Allentown, PA.
Aww.
I wonder if they get any sides from Wawa. They have a very large side selection, side dishes.
Wawa definitely has stepped it up.
They got a lot of food options. I was kind of shocked.
They do. That's why people love them when they open up. Happy birthday, Hema. Love Meredith. Happy 5th birthday to my daughter Amelia from Mommy, and brother, love you so much. Happy 16th birthday to Kai from Mom, Dad, me, Mom, Grandpa, and Apollo Luoy. And happy 16th birthday shout out to Joseph from Mom, Dad, Austin, and Dog Finn. There you go. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ Show? You just let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Okay, here we go. You ready for the KVJ 5K triple play?
So ready.
We need it.
Give it to us, Kevin.
97.9 WRMF, the best variety of the 2000s, 10s, and today they listened to me. I said, we can't have the 2000s if we don't have Justin Timberlake. And thank God, Leo listened to me. Another song, too, that now whenever I hear it, it reminds me of our Little Smile Stars Ball because we used it in the video for our Stars Ball one year. It is from the 2010s. It's a Katy Perry.
Aww,
It does remind me of the Stars Ball.
Yeah.
I love that video.
Oh, it's a great one. Fireworks. And if you're talking about today, there's nobody hotter right now than Shawn Mendes. $5K triple play. You want to listen for Justin Timberlake, Sexy Back from the 2000s, Katy Perry, Firework from the 2010s, and Shawn Mendes's In My Blood from today.
Got it.
When you hear him, be caller number 9, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Caller number 9 wins $5,000 right here in South Florida, the KVJ 5K triple play. Yesterday, Jaber was just learning one thing after another. He's like going, I never knew that was a thing. I never knew that you did that. And I think we probably all have things like that. I embarrassingly yesterday found out something that, I didn't know that was a thing. I feel really bad about it now.
I think the dumbest though in the last 8 months, I I felt was when I came in here all excited about, Kev, you're not going to believe there's this duck in my pond, and another duck was perched on its back, just chilling. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Duck riding a duck.
Yeah, it was duck riding a duck.
And the one duck on the bottom was so peaceful and still. It didn't even
Just
bother
let him do it.
I couldn't believe. I put it up on Instagram. Like, you guys won't
you took the
believe
photo,
what I caught in nature. And yeah, it's not a real duck. Every lake has one of them.
The duck on the bottom is just like a floating plastic duck because it's a hose is underneath it.
Yeah, it shows you, it marks it. Yeah, so they know where it is.
Never knew that, and I felt pretty dumb after.
Oh,
Well, to me, tipping already is confusing, and it seems like it's always shifting, and there are new things, especially with delivery and takeout, all these kind of things.
We heard the other day that the norm is 10% for takeout if you get extra help with packing up your stuff and all that.
If it's just a couple bags laying there and you just pull right up and you grab it off a counter and you run out and they haven't done anything extensive, it's not a super large order, then you don't necessarily need to worry about it.
But if they're on your receipt does say tip, even on that kind of
It
purchase,
always does.
I know. Do you put a couple bucks at least?
If it were takeout, I would do the 10% on that. The thing that I don't like is this happens all the time now. I was at Town Center Mall. I was there in the food court, and I was getting something, just a regular juice. It was just a juice. That's all I got. And
They wanted a tip on juice.
it says it's tip options. It gives you 10, 20, 40. I'm like,
Or other. It
What?
says other.
Yes.
40?
it comes up on the screen, and the guy's standing. I mean, we are within 15 inches of each other's face, and he's just standing there staring at me, and I'm like, no tip. But I felt terrible, but I'm like going, dude, in fact, I actually, it was juice sitting there in kind of like a little ice tray thing right in front. I actually grabbed the juice out myself.
It was a plastic bottle of juice. He didn't make the juice.
No.
Well, now you're
Plastic bottle of juice that I grabbed out of an ice tray right there, and then he's kind of like, I look up, and he's kind of like looking, and there's that awkward moment where it's like, are you going to give me a tip? I'm like, no tip.
Well, the tip
I'm
and the
like, and I
juice.
still feel like a jerk, but I'm like, the juice already's overpriced.
Right.
Let me tell you that.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I know.
Apparently, any juice colored green means it's going to be at least,
$6 minimum.
Right.
Green juice, they just might as well take you
And
right
it's
there.
Boca.
Oh, Boca green juice?
Boca green juice.
Boca green juice, $9.
It's got a bit of an attitude.
$9.
You drink it and you look at the world like, who are you?
So here I am already. I'm a strange man in a strange land, and I'm getting Boca green juice that I just actually pulled out of an icy tin myself, and it says tip 40%. No tip.
Well, you're paying, now your tip is just as much as the juice.
Right. I'm like, at this point, I can't walk out of here without a $12 juice. What are we doing here? This is a meal that I just bought.
It's not cool.
Yeah, so there I didn't feel as bad, but I had no idea. I was reading this thing on tipping guidelines, and I am guilty. Now, thankfully, I don't stay in a lot of hotel rooms by myself. You know, because typically I'm with the family if I'm with the hotel. And I asked my wife, I'm like, yesterday, I was like going, did you know you're supposed to tip the cleaning staff at hotels? She's like, yeah. I'm like, do we tip cleaning staff? She's like, oh, yeah, pretty much most of the time. I'm like,
I like to leave a few bucks on the nightstand.
I had no
But
idea.
if I don't have it, which sometimes happens, and I'm flustered, and if it's between leaving it for the cleaning staff who's not there and the bellman who's standing right there loading up 87 bags, sorry, the bellman's getting it.
Okay, I must not be fancy enough because any place I stay at, there ain't no
You don't
tip.
have to tip at the cleaning staff at Red Roof Inn.
There's no tipping, and there's usually some kind of weird, I don't know, stain on a wall. I don't think you tip there, right?
I don't know. I mean, because don't ask me because I didn't know this in the first place. And then my question would be, okay, how do you know when you're in the status of a hotel where you need to tip? You know, because I told my wife, I'm like, going, gosh, I went to Orlando not long ago. I'm like, I didn't leave any tip for the cleaning staff. She's like, well, that was a business trip. I'm like, wait, so there's an exemption if it's a business trip?
How
I
do
don't
they
get
know
it.
that? They don't know
So I'm
that.
getting ready to go to Dallas, and I'm going to be staying there.
Well-
I'm like going, so do I got a tip, and how much?
The cleaning staff doesn't know that you're there for a business trip. They just know you stiffed them.
Exactly. That's why I don't think that works. No, you're totally right.
But majority of people, I think, are like me and Kevin. They don't know you're supposed to tip after staying at a hotel.
I don't know.
I've never heard of this
I
before.
was like, is this common knowledge? Am I like on the outside? Because I was looking at this tipping guideline, and it said you should tip the cleaning staff at a hotel $10 per day of your visit.
What?
So I'm talking
Ooh.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm talking $30 just for tipping the cleaning staff.
I mean, that's one beer from the little mini fridge.
yeah,
$30.
or it's one green juice and Boca.
Ugh, I've under tipped then.
I've never tipped.
I've never tipped $10 a day.
When it comes to that,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
I didn't know.
Okay, and then you're saying Red Roof, you're exempt. Okay, what about Holiday Inn Express? Are you exempt? What about a Marriott? Are you exempt? Like, okay, where does this work then, Virginia?
I don't know. I mean, if you look at it, you probably should tip all of them, but I would never be in the realm of doing $10 a day.
Is my criteria off if I stay at a place where they give you a free breakfast? I always consider that kind of fancier. If they're giving me a free breakfast, I'm like, all right, these
if you have
guys.
kids, that free breakfast is amazing. You can go down there and occupy them for a good hour, and it's like there's a pancake or a waffle making machine. They love it. Like, to me, that is so much fun, and I'll pick a place with a free breakfast over a fancier place.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn. They had sausage links as much as you could eat. I was a little taken back by that in a good way.
Yeah, but not all breakfast just because they have it. I went to a place in Dallas one time, and the eggs were gray.
Gray eggs.
Gray eggs, yeah.
Okay,
Green eggs, I'm okay because it's a book, but yeah, gray eggs,
And don't pick up those eggs with your hand. I got yelled at by the little lady that manned the buffet. Use the tongs. I'm like, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm with her.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I didn't see the tongs. They're clear.
Oh, come on, man.
How do you not use tongs? You're from
You're hand-touching
Tequesta.
eggs?
I grabbed the eggs because I didn't see the tongs.
You are from Tequesta
You're
judging
like
everybody.
scooping the eggs out with your hand?
No, I just grabbed the egg. They were in a tray.
Animal. You
She
are an
does this
animal.
dainty like pluck, like it's all of a sudden.
I
yeah,
did a
it's
dainty
fine.
pluck,
Yeah.
and she schooled me in front of like 5 other patrons. I was so embarrassed. I just took my plate up to the room.
As she should have scolded you. It's like the time I tried to buy a little kid movie ticket at the movie theater, and the guy called me out. He's like, "You are not a kid. You are an adult, sir. Go buy an adult ticket." And it was in front of a lot of people.
So as I'm looking at this, tell me if you knew this on how to tip. $10 per day of your visit at a hotel for the cleaning staff. Had no idea. According to the tipping etiquette they had here with the New York Times, they say basically when you stay at a hotel, anytime somebody touches your bag, you tip. That is what they say.
I always do that.
In fact, the CEO of the Protocol School of Palm Beach, Jacqueline Whitmore.
Oh, that's such a fancy name.
Jacqueline Whitmore from the
man.
Protocol School of Palm Beach. I didn't know they had this. By the way, we got to get Jaybird over to the Protocol School of Palm Beach stats.
I got
my
it. I want
gosh.
it. I
we
want it
need
now.
to find Jacqueline Whitmore.
You'll be the one guy to break her.
Whitmore.
Jacqueline Whitmore would
That's
like
such-
to see you now.
It's a great name.
Yes. She recommends $1 per bag unless it's extra heavy, then give $2 per bag. And if the driver just drops you off and you handle your bags yourself, there isn't need for gratuity.
Okay.
That is what they teach you at the Protocol School of Palm Beach.
Thank you, Mrs. Whitmore.
Yes.
Flying Hill.
Carry on.
What was your first name?
Jacqueline.
Yes.
Jacqueline Whitmore. Flying Hill. A bellhop should receive a $10 tip at a luxury hotel.
I don't know if I've ever stayed at a place that had a bellhop. What the hell's a bellhop?
You stayed at a place that had an IHOP.
Now you're talking, baby.
The Night's Inn.
Night's Inn.
Yeah. They closed that thing down. It was so bad.
I love the Night's Inn. That's my speed.
That's the place where we took you, where you checked in with a sheep,
That's why I like those places. Anything goes, baby.
and they let you.
Oh, I know.
It is not necessary to tip the hotel manager who gives you an upgrade. If they're a salaried employee, you're fine. They say you should absolutely tip your valet attendant, preferably when you hand them your keys. I don't do that right.
No, I don't do that at all. I tip them when they hand me my keys back.
Yes. They say for proper service, tip them ahead of time, and tipping starts at $3 depending upon the place you are.
All right.
They say you do not need to tip the flight attendant who serves you a drink on an airplane.
I would
Thank
feel.
goodness, because I've never done that.
I've seen people get offered a tip before and they seemed insulted because their career doesn't ask for a tip. And I kind of ran into that problem before when I locked myself out
That's
of
why I
my
hate all
house.
this. I hate because I don't know. I don't
See,
ever want to be rude or cheap,
You
but
say
I just
that.
don't know.
Back when my sister was a flight attendant, she used to tell me all the time she loved it when somebody slid her a 20 or something. And she would always like figure out a way to slide somebody a few extra drinks.
But when I locked
Yeah.
myself out of my place and the guy came to unlock my house, I offered him a tip. He's like, no, I don't want. He got weird about the tip and he almost seemed insulted by it. But I've given other people tips when I've locked myself out of my house. I've locked myself out a lot.
You have a tip jar just for when I lock myself out.
Yeah.
But you found your dad's keys. You're not locked out of that car.
No, I haven't lost anything in a minute. But
Okay.
that's a terrible thing to say out loud
You
because
couldn't find the keys to your dad's for a little bit.
that was like 2.5 months ago,
All right.
bro.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So he's always keeping tabs on me.
Suits can tell you this. Many cruise lines will give you a guideline on tipping. They'll break it down day by day, server by server, to know what you're doing. A lot of times as you're leaving, you would do just like a personally addressed envelope with the tip and a thank you note.
Yeah, they make a big deal of the tip on a cruise ship.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, so
A big deal of
something to
it.
know if you're taking a cruise. Yeah, the tip thing there.
You
Yeah.
have to handwritten letters. We're doing this too. Wow! So they put you to work on vacation.
It is. In fact, David Coggins, he's an etiquette and hospitality expert.
Coggins?
Coggins.
They got Coggins?
I love these names.
Jacqueline Whitmore, David Coggins. When
I
they're
mean,
out.
the Coggins Whitmore combo. Look out, world.
They should hook up.
He's the best-selling author of the book Men and Manners.
Ow, we got to interview this
It's
guy.
the lowest selling book
It's
ever.
David Coggins, Men and Manners.
Yo, Denny's, can we get Coggins on the line?
Coggins, we gotta get Jaybird to the etiquette school on Palm Beach. It's a lot we got to do here.
Whitmore, meet Pennington.
Ever since we did that donkey stunt, I'm not allowed on the island anymore. The only island I'm allowed on Singer Island. It's the only
We need a
one.
disguise.
Yes.
He says that you're not fully dressed if you have no cash. You have to be mindful about having cash on you so you don't stiff those deserving gratuity. If you can, stock up on small bills.
Coggins.
So don't go anywhere, especially on Palm Beach,
Oh,
unless you have
Coggins.
bills all over you.
Coggins obviously doesn't have kids that love to pilfer all my money.
I know.
I have money. I start with money
What?
and then poof.
Yeah.
These children.
I always open up my wallet to that surprise of no cash.
Wait,
man.
I know I had cash.
I did, yes.
Coggins is blowing our noggins.
Yes, Coggins. All right, coming up here in just a couple of minutes, I believe it is about time to play another round of Shock, Paper, Scissors. I know we're whittling down on who has not yet played. Virginia played last week.
I know people really, they wrote in a lot. They want to see her play again, Kev.
Oh,
Sit
really?
We
down.
got a lot of feedback.
He's been writing letters all week.
Okay, I think we got Suits or Denny, so one of those two.
Yeah. So,
Maybe we'll play Shock, Paper, Scissors for who doesn't have to go. So we got that coming up for you in minutes.
What's hot now on the KVJ show?
I hope you didn't miss it. If you did, then you can listen tomorrow. We'll do it again. The KVJ 5K Triple Play at 7:10 a.m. every single weekday morning for the next 4 weeks. We're going to give you 3 songs. Now, 97.9 WRMF plays the best variety of the 2000s, 10s, and today. You'll get a song from the 2000s, from the 10s, and also from today. When you hear those songs play in order, you just be call number 9. When you hear that song fire up, the third one, be like, I got it. Dial us up, 979 WRMF, and you could win yourself $5,000. A $5,000 winner happens every single day. Tomorrow morning, we'll announce again at 7:10 the KVJ 5K Triple Play.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, definitely touch a nerve when it comes to tipping, and especially tipping the cleaning staff at hotels. Somebody said, hotels charge enough. I'm not tipping the cleaning lady.
well, like Virginia thinks it's common knowledge. This is not common knowledge. Majority of people don't know to tip at a hotel or motel.
The thing that I will tell you about tipping is it's shifting sands. It's always, and it depends upon who you talk to. Somebody, because I was just reading Coggins, and he was telling you that don't worry about tipping the flight attendants, and somebody else just texted and said, at passenger shaming on Instagram, it says to tip your flight attendant.
But nobody does that. That's not
No.
common knowledge. And then you're going to be tipping everybody that you have contact with.
Here's what it is, especially now we live in a shaming society, and there's social media at passenger shaming. So that's what you're worried about, because before you'd be going, I don't care, screw them. But somebody snapping a photo of you, and then you wind up on a viral blog of you doing something and not handing somebody money, just not even knowing that, it's standard to hand them money. And then next thing you know, you're getting blasted, and somebody from work comes in and be going, hey, I just saw you on passenger shaming. Man, that's tough. You didn't tip the flight attendant? Whoa.
Well, Kevin, you're a terrible person. You should be fired, shamed, and never
Right.
be allowed to work for another 20 years.
That's it. That's what's going on. Somebody said $10? That's what you do? They're in your room like 20 to 30 minutes of that. That's tipping $20 an hour. WTF, plus their hourly wage.
I've never left $10 a day, ever in my life.
Somebody said in a hotel, if the cleaning person cleans, say, 10 rooms per day, 5 days a week, they're expected to get $500 per week in just tips on top of their salary.
Yeah, this isn't. It doesn't seem like this is a real thing.
And somebody else said, always tip the cleaning staff $2 to $5 a night for normal people, $10 for a luxury hotel.
Hashtag I'm better than you guys.
Well, that was just it. Yeah, because when I read that yesterday, I'm like, oh, wow. How did I not know that? I had no idea. I'm like, I didn't know you tip the cleaning staff. I mean, maybe if you keep asking for extra towels and, bring me slippers. And
I do that.
I would tip for that.
When
but,
they bring the towels or when
Yeah.
they bring anything, I tip them at the door.
Oh, I don't have anybody involved. I don't want anyone coming. The only person I want to see is the food service. That's it. I don't need anyone else milling around my room, checking what I got in there.
He does weird stuff in the room. He doesn't want to see. He doesn't want you to see what he's doing.
She always, every time we do a road trip, she tries to barge in my room. What's going on in here?
Because it's so fascinating to me. That one time I broke in, there were little notes, little sticky notes on the wall, little inspirational messages he had wrote to himself and stuck them all over the wall. And it looked like a murderer's lair.
Oh, so it's a crime to try to be inspirational going out in this crazy cold world?
It's just weird.
It's not weird. Whatever. Whatever, Tequesta.
I loved every minute of it, though.
Some of us have to wake up and work hard to be happy.
There were so many sticky notes.
Okay, it's about time to play another round of shock, paper, scissors here. We've only got 2 people that have yet to play the game with the shot collar on. It's between Suits and Denny's. So Suits is in there running KVJ TV. So he's drawing his card. Well, Denny's coming here, draws his card. We'll see which one gets to play. They go around to everybody on the show playing rock, paper, scissors. If they lose that round, they get a shot.
Last week was so satisfying because I did beat the witch on rock. I did. I ended up beating her on rock.
Maybe what we'll do is maybe I can just see. I see them both in there. Maybe we'll just have them do a rock paper scissors, and then we can figure out who to put the collar on. Okay. I see Denny's and Suits are both in there, so I will do the play-by-play, which is so exciting radio.
We can't even see it on camera.
Yeah. Okay. Get them over there. Get them on camera. Okay. We got it. Okay. Y'all on there, Suits? Okay. Here we go. Rock paper scissors shoot. Who's going to play? Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Suits throws rock. Denny's throws scissors. Suits wins. Denny's plays.
Oh, poor sweet Denny's.
Oh.
Poor sweet Denny's.
Poor sweet Denny's.
Bring that milky white leg in here and let us strap you up.
Yeah. Did. Did she? I don't know.
Okay, we don't ever know. You can't get mad at us for wondering.
I thought I heard a bad C word that just flew. But
Kevin's face of horror.
I'm like, ah! Love that. Just as I crank open the microphones.
She's good.
She's real good. Broadcasting professional. All right, here we go. Shock, paper, scissors is the name of the game that we got here. Denny's looks very excited to play here. He's got the shot collar on.
Is that a new jacket?
Is that a new jacket?
I know. I have a lot of nerve. I've been wearing this green jacket a lot. Better get. How are your dead man legs?
Look how pale they look.
Why does it look like you died 6 months ago?
You couldn't be tanner. Why am I doing next to you? The contrast is so real.
It is. He's not the guy to be by. No. He's that pale.
I mean, where's your toe tag? I'm kidding, Mijo. I love you. I'm kidding.
These things haven't seen the sunlight in a minute.
You're in the arena right now.
They're great.
Ever since I moved back from Colorado, I don't have any shorts.
He moved back 7 years ago.
It's been a while.
He hasn't been out in the sun in 7 years.
Okay, here we go. All right. Producer Denny's pale legs strapped up with that shot collar. He's going around the room here, shock, paper, scissors. Okay, who we got running the controller right now?
I'll take it.
Okay, Virginia's got it. Okay, if Denny's loses, he gets blasted here.
But I'm going to put it on a low level just because I love you, Denny's.
I
thank you,
think
Virginia.
that's a weak. Put it at a high level. He likes things high.
Everything's high. Okay, the average is 2 out of 4. 2 wins, you're like, okay, I did about what everybody else is doing. Anything more than that's amazing. You do anything less than that, well, you just have terrible luck. Okay, let's see where Denny's rides here. We'll take me on first here. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Gosh, You went scissors
I went
again. I got him with
scissors.
rock.
Oh, it's that rock, man.
God, I'm getting rocked by the rock.
You're gonna get rocked. You are gonna get rocked by the rock.
Are you ready for the
All right,
shock?
bring the pain here.
Shock for the rock. In 3, 2, 1. Bring in the pain.
Ooh, I shouldn't put it on the back of my knee like that.
Don't
Good
put
gosh.
it by your bone. Put it by fat.
He has such a weird expression of pain.
It went down to my toe.
Ooh, ooh.
It's hurting.
You're even peaceful in pain.
Well, it's on a weird nerve.
It's an odd
We
expression.
are so opposite, but yet the same, Miho.
Okay, you got Virginia next. Round of rock, paper, scissors. You're 0 for 1 right now. See how you do here.
I just want to let you know I'm going to throw rock.
You're taking my act. I mean, it's a bit annoying.
Yeah.
In 3. Wait, how does it go, Kevin? 1, 2.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, got it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, paper
I
covers
knew she was
rock.
gonna do rock.
You told him, and you went with rock.
I did because I like
Which
it.
it seems like the worst strategy ever to say what you're going to throw in rock, paper, scissors, and then do it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a dumb strategy, but yet for some people it works.
Okay, Jaybird is a tricky one. He tells you what he's going to throw, but you can't trust him.
You can, Miho. I'm not gonna do you wrong. I am definitely throwing rock right now, so just know that.
All right.
I'm throwing rock. There's
Okay.
no way. There's no way I'm not throwing rock.
Oh, Denny's is like, I don't know what to do right now.
There's no way I'm not throwing rock.
All right.
Okay, shock, paper, scissors here. Get ready to go.
1, 2, 3, shoot! Boom!
Oh, you're such a
Scissors!
jerk.
Yeah!
He always throws rock.
But again, Denny's threw shark fin.
Yeah. I kind of panicked.
What was that, Denny?
I don't know. It was a mix between paper and scissors and rock.
Shock my boy.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Miho.
Yeah.
All right,
You
in
tell.
3, 2, 1. Sorry, bring in the pain. He just takes it.
It's
like
going
you're
right to my
farting.
middle toe.
Are you farting or getting shot?
It's the nerve it's
You know
on.
what? It looks like Keanu Reeves when he gets shot in a movie. There's so many similarities.
You gotta go a little bit higher.
No.
Oh, Virginia, go a little bit higher.
I like him. I'm going to go higher for you.
All right, go ahead. Tank another bit.
Okay. All right, here we go. Final round. You've won 1 and you've lost 2, Denny. So if you beat Suits here in this one, you'll come out with the average. If not, then you just got bad luck. Okay. Ready? Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Exactly what happened last time. You threw scissors again and Suits threw
What's he
rock
doing
and
the
beat
same
you.
one? Same one.
He's
are all throwing the-
predictable.
the
I mean, he
same
wears
one.
a suit every dang day.
Oh, bring
The
the
good
pain.
thing is there's finally a little bit of color to your white legs.
It's now red.
It's burnt.
It's white, red.
All
Okay,
right.
Denny's lost 3 out of 4. Final shock here. Shock, paper, scissors.
You want to shock him, Bird?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
I'm not doing it right. So.
Well, let's get a little bit of. Come on, we gotta make.
He's cranking
We
it.
gotta make the kid work here.
Oh,
All
he's
right.
cranking it.
All
I'm
right, here we
sorry,
go.
Denny's.
Miho, this hurts me more than it hurts you. 3, 2, 1, bring in the pain.
God, I was gonna pinch you for that one.
You want to hurt him, don't you? Because he holds his finger on it.
And he stares in your eyes.
holds and holds.
You have such an interesting way of taking pain.
That thing sucks.
Denny's faces of pain is just
It's in my toe. It's in my toe.
it's very odd what is going on there. Okay. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes. What do you think about this? Airbnb. Good idea or not? Now, not just to get one to rent, but what about actually getting yourself an Airbnb?
Some areas are making them illegal. I know in the French Quarter in New Orleans,
Really?
there's no Airbnbs because the people of the community don't like what it does to the community.
What does it do to the community?
It makes it like a crazy, transient, ridiculous party level. Like you can't keep order. Like
Really?
the other neighbors don't really care for a Airbnb being on their block.
Does it do something
And
to the?
people in communities that are like that are very touristy already, are rising up and saying, no, not in our neighborhood. We're outlawing it.
Does it affect the money for other businesses because they're doing something that's?
It just throws off the whole ecosystem of the neighborhood. I'm sure it affects businesses. I'm sure it affects the other neighbors that live there and pay taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain areas that are outlawing it.
I don't think I like them. I'd rather go to a hotel or a motel. Something about those weird me out. I don't know.
Well, my wife was talking to this woman. She's got just regular Airbnb, like rental properties. They're nothing fancy. They're just in a regular part, not even close to the beach or anything like that. And she was talking about how much money she makes on these.
Just basics?
Yeah, the Airbnbs. And apparently they're rented out all the time because it's South Florida. She's like making a ton of money off of it. I'm like, gosh, that sounds smart.
Should we go in on one?
I don't think my HOA would let me. If I decided I wanted to be an Airbnb, I'm sure there's some clause in there that I could never do that.
Oh, you can't even get a pool. They're not going to let you.
Yeah.
But I said we put our money together. Maybe get something down on the Keys. I don't know.
The thing of it is, you have to be close to it because you have to manage the property.
Right. And the other thing about it is, keep in mind, you got people, especially down here, that are probably coming to party and they're going to be doing weird things. And it is South Florida. I just saw there's a viral story. Somebody owned an Airbnb. They have to keep adding to their rules. And the latest one is they had to say no glitter because apparently somebody had a big glitter party and they're still trying to clean it up out of their Airbnb.
I get it.
And so you got this building list of rules on like what you do, and I'd be like, gosh, wow, would I really want to deal with it? I mean, yeah, maybe if it's like low maintenance and all that, but it seems like it might be a lot of work.
I don't think it's ever low maintenance because I've stayed at Airbnbs and I'm like the person that loses the key and then they have to come and let me in. Like, it's a whole dramatic thing.
All right, maybe we don't go into this. Maybe we get a sub shop together. A Subway? I just want to go into business with you guys.
Yeah, I was just wondering, owning an Airbnb, because when I heard like, okay, so it's not like real fancy places, don't have a ton of money, she's making a good bit of cash doing it. It was like the sunny side of owning an Airbnb. I'm like, maybe that'd be something smart.
I don't think every side is sunny, though.
Yes.
There's other sides that maybe we don't even realize.
The dirty side.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. The dirty side of owning an Airbnb. Is it a good idea, a bad idea? You can let us know. 877-979-WRMF. Just trying to figure out, is Airbnb the best thing or the worst thing ever? And is it the perspective of the person who's renting the place or the person who owns the place? Because I'd never really known anybody that owned one. And my wife was telling me about somebody she knows that has one. And she was like talking about how it's just a regular place, regular part of town, not on the beach, big money maker, one of the best things ever. Can't remember, it was like a quarter of her income or something like that. Comes from that, or half.
Sounds sexy.
Yeah,
but what are all the things that she's not telling you? Like, she's telling you all the shiny, pretty things about it. Where's the gritty, dirty, aggravating things?
Well, somebody texted and said it is so expensive, and the amount of fees on top of cleaning fees are ludicrous. Which, that's what I was wondering, because, yeah, you're like, okay, it seems great, here's what you're making, but then by the time you have to fix holes in the wall and all that kind of stuff, is it worth it? Because I think even more than if you're a person who's a landlord that owns an apartment or something like that, I think the Airbnbs get a lot more heavy wear and tear.
Yes.
Oh, I know about holes in the wall. Break them, man.
Yeah.
People go in there and act a fool because they're on vacation. It's just it's a bachelorette party. It's a whatever. And there's lots of drinking. I know because I do that.
They're out of town probably. They're not. That's not their area.
You get loose in an Airbnb.
Mandy said that I got an Airbnb on the beach, and I let a coworker of mine stay there last week. And while I was cleaning the place up, I turned on the TV and noticed there was a ton of porn in the web browser history.
Okay.
There were like 50 titles in there, and now my coworker's asking if he can use the place for another week, and I'm like, I think I'm going to tell him it's already rented.
That's what people do when they're alone. They watch porn in a hotel. I mean, I hate to tell her.
Don't be shocked. I mean, be lucky that's all he did.
It's a coworker. I think that's what makes it more weird.
Yeah, your coworkers watch porn. They like to get their freak on.
Instead of looking at the web browser and see what he watched, get the blue light out, okay?
Yeah, that's where we got to talk. Let's make sure this place is clean.
Somebody else texted and said, in my property, once the couple left, I found a black leather sex bodysuit and empty sex toy packaging in the trash.
I mean, that's just a party.
People get their freak on.
And somebody else texted in and said, I live in a condominium in Aventura. 75% of the other condos are Airbnbs. It's horrible for those of us that live there year round. I never know who my neighbors are going to be. And also, I know of one unit that was robbed of everything they own from an Airbnb rental. They even took the refrigerator and the stove and the dishwasher.
Wow.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of headaches.
Yeah, tenants that live there do not like it when there are Airbnbs around them. They do not, and they'll outlaw it. Like if they get enough people and they get the right pull in the government in that town, they can change it and flip it, make it illegal.
That's called a dishwasher?
The dishwasher.
That's not an easy steal.
That's not an easy steal, so they knew what they're doing. They probably had a truck and everything going on. So, know your town. If you live in a South Florida town, you can call us up, 877-979-WRMF. If you can stump us, we'll hook you up with tickets. Howie Mandel is going to be coming to the Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek on October 4th.
Oh, it's been a while. Have you heard Denny's Howie Mandel impersonation?
No, he's been working on it?
Kevin, real good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if he's up for it today, but it's...
I want to get a piece of that then.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll get that here in a second.
Why is he shaking his head no?
He's so mad.
Okay. All right. Danny's doing a Howie Mandel impression. I can't wait for that. And call us up. We'll play Know Your Town, 877-979-WRMF coming up next.
Quick Hit Weather is brought to you by Party City.
What's hot now on the KVJ show?
Oh, I see. They're kind of cheating a little bit in the KVJ TV chat room. They're helping each other out in there, Virginia, with the KVJ 5K triple play songs.
I like it. People should help each other out.
Okay, well, that's what they're doing, because the only time that you get them here on the show or on this radio station is 7:10 every single weekday morning. We're going to give you a song from the 2000s, the 2010s, and also a song from today. When those songs play in that order later on in the day, you just want to be calling number 9 and you pick up $5,000.
Not bad scratch.
Yeah. So if you miss it at 7:10, the best thing to do is watch KVJ TV on YouTube. You can pop in there right now and then keep listening. Tomorrow morning, we're going to give you another chance to win. 7:10 a.m. It is the KVJ 5K triple play.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, every single town has got its own little characteristics here in South Florida. That's why I love being here. It's really cool because if you get kind of tired of one kind of attitude, you drive 10 minutes and you're going to get a totally different attitude.
You're right.
That is the really cool thing about being here in South Florida. Each little town's got its own little thing. So we're going to play a round of Guess Your Town. Now, each of us here get 2 questions to ask you before guessing which South Florida city it is that you live in. If we get something, we hook you up with tickets to go check out Howie Mandel when he comes to Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. Kelly is on here to start us off. Hello, Kelly.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Okay. I want to know, how many Starbucks do you have within a 5-mile radius of your home?
I only have one Starbucks within a 5-mile radius of my home.
Okay, you don't live in Boca. All right. Virginia, what's your question?
How many Range Rovers do you see driving around in your neighborhood?
I would say maybe 1 or 2.
Okay.
How far and what is the nearest buffet to your... If you want to get your buffet on, where are you going from your house? Closest.
Maybe about 5 miles.
But what is the buffet, though?
That'll give it away.
Yeah, I like that. Stand to your ground. Don't have to tell him.
Yeah.
Why don't you pipe down?
Buffet would give it away.
So there must be just one, and if she says the name of it, then you'll know what town she's
Okay,
in.
well, buffets around. There's not that many around, so just kind of a process by elimination. I think I already know the area.
You're dialing it in.
There's
huh?
2 places it could possibly be. Maybe
Okay.
3.
I got a question about your town here, Kelly. Let's say, for instance, I had my gas light on in my car and I only got 20 miles until I was completely out of gas. Would I be able to make it to a strip club?
To a strip club?
Yeah.
On foot?
From your house. No, in my car.
Okay.
Does it have to be in my town?
Well, it's from your house.
Could you make it?
If the gas light is on, I've only got 20 minutes until I'm bone dry. Would I make it to a strip club?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Virginia. Your final question.
Everybody's talking about these Wawas. Wawa is so great. Wawa is so awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a Wawa in your town? Did you get one? Because I don't have one in
I do
mine.
not have a Wawa in my town.
You don't have a Wawa.
Okay.
Jaybird, final question.
When you are out by your front yard and your little area you live in, would you say you've got a lot of animals roaming amok, or would you say it's pretty much just people?
Pretty much just people.
Okay. All right. Now we got a guess here. We'll see. Can you guess which town Kelly lives in? I am feeling
Giovanni? Never mind.
Oh.
It's a Real Housewives joke.
You really should put her in timeout for at least 5 minutes.
yeah,
We got to
I don't
start
know
having a
what that
penalty
means.
box around here. I mean, I'll be in the penalty box too, but for my Bill Burr joke, I should have been in the penalty box. We all should go to jail.
I'm going to go Lake Worth Beach.
Interesting.
Lake Worth Beach on that. Am I correct, Kelly?
You are not correct.
Okay.
All right. Virginia, what is your guess? What town does Kelly live in here in South Florida?
I'm guessing Jupiter.
Is it Jupiter, Kelly?
No, ma'am.
Curses.
Jaybird, you got the final guess, or else she gets Howie Mandel tickets.
I'm guessing because I don't really know where she's talking about. I'm going to go gut feeling Miramar.
Okay. Is it Miramar, Kelly?
Kelly?
I live in... Nope, not Miramar.
Okay.
Are you listening on the radio or the
I
phone?
can't hear you, sorry.
She's Seacresting
No,
us.
no, I'm on my phone.
Okay.
Lost you up for a second. No, I'm in Coconut Creek.
Coconut Creek.
Coconut Creek.
Okay, Bird, you were actually not close, but you weren't too far. Yes, you were the closest, oddly enough.
I sensed Broward in her voice.
You did, huh?
She has Broward voice.
Thanks, I think.
Okay, well, coincidentally, you are, you know what, I should have asked because we're giving away Howie Mandel tickets to Seminole Casino in Coconut Creek. That would have been a good question.
Oh, perfect.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, how far would you have to go to get to the Howie Mandel show?
And that's the closest buffet, so I couldn't tell you what the buffet was.
Oh, that is the closest buffet.
I feel like we blew it. We completely blew it. Yeah. All right. Well, Kelly, congratulations. You're going right down the street to Seminole Casino to check them out on October 4th, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yay!
You're so welcome.
What is their buffet like?
Oh, I bet it's sick. The casinos do not play with the buffet.
That's why I want to go to Vegas, not to gamble, not to only go there and just hit up every buffet possible.
And if you go high end, it's not gross, actually. It's really nice.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll do a high end buffet.
Do you want to do breakfast? Seriously, it's still early enough.
I do not. Stand down, devil. I do not want to do your breakfast.
You need that shirt. Breakfast, question mark?
Yeah.
Well, Kev's got me talking about buffets.
I'm over here fasting. I went to the gynecologist yesterday.
Yeah.
And they put my big ass on the scale. And
What happened?
Mama was
What happened?
very upset
Does
for
your
the
pri-
rest of the day.
Does your privates have to lose weight?
No, the rest of me does. My privates are okay.
I mean,
If you only gained weight in your privates, would that be good or bad?
that would be good for me.
You think he eats bad now?
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. So it kind of ruined everything for you.
Oh, I'm fasting. I'm doing the Kevin thing. I'm just copying you. I'm going to fast.
Okay.
Man, y'all are so... What happened to my crew? What happened to my team?
You lost me years ago.
I never had
You never had
Never
him.
had me. Yeah.
I lost Suits. I lost Denny's. I don't even have the witch.
Everybody's bailed on you.
Oh.
Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, what would our finishing move be? Now, apparently when it comes to, wrestlers, they have a finishing move that kind of fits into their character.
And they do that with Mortal Kombat, too. Denny was just telling me all about it. They all got the finish him or finish her, and then they go and proceed to give the worst death you've ever seen in a video game.
Okay.
Have you seen the Mortal Kombat?
No, it's been a while.
Y'all too, Kevin and Virginia, y'all too soft for that game. You guys could not watch Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever have to worry about me watching Mortal Kombat. There's nothing appealing about that.
Okay, so what would be our finishing moves if it were based kind of on our personalities? Because the one that I know, because my son, because he still loves the wrestling and we play wrestle all the time, is he always does, and it's so irritating. It's the John Cena. I don't get it. He waves his hand in front of his face, and he's like, can you see me? What is it? What does he do? You can't see me?
Yeah, you can't see me.
And I'm like, wait, I don't understand. I can totally see you.
I can see you.
I don't understand this at all. What is this stupid move he has?
I know you don't want to watch this, but I have to show you this, in quote, impromptu battle rap John Cena has with one of the fans that's talking trash to him. And Cena goes off of the top of the dome. And it's so not top of the dome. It's pretty cringy. You need to see it.
It's pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what would our finishing moves be? Mine would have to involve something with my eyes. That would just that would be the last thing you see would be these, and it'd be like that would be horrific. I think without a doubt, whatever my finishing move would be better than anybody else's.
The beady bomb.
The beady bomb.
Yeah.
I think that'd be it. Yeah, I'd have the beady bomb. Come out of nowhere, boom, just take you out.
Ooh, Virginia's could be the cackle crunch. She like is cackling the whole time, and she puts you kind of like in the camel clutch kind of a thing.
I think it's something with a fart. Hers is that's the one that's what it takes.
You got a lot you could do.
I think she does the raw onion. That's just all it is.
Oh, you're the champ then. You're the Andre the Giant.
I am. I feel so powerful right now.
I'll spill things on you and then I pin you.
I think Suits has got to be something with a tie. Like there's a chokehold move that he pulled. Like he takes the tie off if you were a wrestler, and he would somehow get you in a chokehold with his tie.
Oh yeah.
And if you saw the tie coming off,
you knew you were done.
You knew that he is about ready to ice that cake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that a wrestling term? If not, it should be.
Ice
like
the cake?
Yeah.
I think it's a.
Okay.
I think it's a different term in a different industry.
I'm hungry, so it sounds delicious.
So let's get breakfast.
No, I'm on a fast.
Stop.
Somebody said Virginia just screeches really loud.
The screech.
Okay. And Denny's has got to be the smoke bomb.
Definitely.
I think that's it.
That's
It's just
a good one.
You see like a big smoke just comes out, and then out of nowhere, just this peaceful. Yeah.
I mean, one of
He
my
comes out and tickles you.
the force feed really is technically it's not mine. It's Hulk Hoagie's, but that's when you take the sandwich and he's kind of jamming it in someone's mouth. The force feed. Boom.
You could do it with pizza.
Yeah, you could. Something with pizza. I like that.
That would make it yours.
Yeah.
I like how you're talking about Hulk Hoagie like he is a different person.
Hoagie can have the sandwich. You do the pizza.
Okay, I like it.
Okay. Wrestling fans letting us know what each KVJ show member's finishing move would be if we were pro wrestlers. Jaybird's got a few. Of course, Bird does the fast food flip.
Love it.
Not a bad
Ooh,
idea.
Okay.
And somebody else said Jaybird's finishing move would be shoving pizza in your mouth and then some butt play. So,
Pizza butt?
so here you go. It'd be interesting.
Don't switch it up by accident and put pizza in their butt and play with their mouth.
Yes.
I think that actually could work in WWE. that's the wrestler they're missing.
Okay. So some good ideas.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news.
What?
So many people on meth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a woman in Largo, Florida that got pulled over on Sunday. The cop said, yeah, you happen to have any drugs on you? She's like, well, let me check in my, quote, felony purse.
Felony purse.
She looked in there, and sure enough, she had some crack rocks and cocaine. So, yep, she did. Chock full of that felony purse.
She called it a felony purse?
Yeah, and oddly enough, she was arrested on drug possession, which was a felony. So, yeah, so it seemed to kind of work out there.
I mean, you shouldn't really make it that easy for the arresting officer. I
It
mean,
does seem like you can put up more of a fight. Now, I don't want to encourage dishonesty, but, I mean, come on. I mean, make them at least work for that paycheck.
Right?
Now, let me check my felony purse. Yep, full. It's full. There's a court in Frankfurt, Germany, just ruled on a case, and they concluded that hangovers count as an illness because illnesses should include, quote, even small or temporary disruptions to the normal state or normal activity of the body.
But it's not a legit excuse to miss work, though.
It is in Germany, and oddly enough, guess what just kicked off?
Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Oh, I love Oktoberfest.
So Virginia wouldn't have to lie about her pink eye. She could just say, guys, guess what? Mommy's hungover again. I can't come in.
Okay,
and we couldn't do anything because it's a legitimate illness.
If you were hungover for 3.5 days, what the heck are you drinking?
And can I have another one?
Well, if it's not Germany where Virginia needs to go, maybe she should go to India because they just held their first ever flatulence competition.
I saw this, and it was a bust, Kev.
Yes, it wasn't a blast, it was a bust.
All these people signed up for it, and only 3 people showed up, and then they all got stage fright. No one could fart.
No one
Yeah.
could fart?
Yes.
That's a shame.
I know, right?
How
That's kinda tough.
embarrassing for them.
You would think that you would just eat like whatever food it is that makes you the gassiest, a lot of it, and then,
Yeah.
I know from you, I know from my wife. I mean, it takes about 2 minutes. My wife ate a Klondike bar on Sunday, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Klondike took her down?
She's lactose intolerant, like Vicious V, and yeah. But she loves it. She loves dairy and ice cream and all that stuff and is always eating it.
If I were to come in here and have some ice cream and raw onions in about 20 minutes, it would be unbearable.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, don't ever ruin ice cream like that. Onion and ice cream, and then you're throwing farts. Don't ruin ice cream, dog. Come on now.
Don't let me eat it then.
So, yeah, I don't know. Apparently, I mean, come on, like, they're in India. I mean, you ever had curry?
Yes.
I mean, come on, that didn't get you going?
So they said a bunch of people signed up and didn't show up. Do you think these people signed up and then at the last hour they were going, what am I doing? I'm not getting in a fart contest.
No, I don't think so. I think they just legitimately couldn't do it.
Okay, all right.
I think. I don't know. A guy in Shanghai needed emergency surgery. I don't know what he was doing, but he had a glass thermometer, and he tried to take his temperature, and it wasn't orally.
Okay.
Not even anally.
Oh.
He went in the other direction. This
Pee-pee?
guy did, yes.
Oh, this is worse than Virginia's onion ice cream story.
And it got stuck.
Yes. Tough.
And did it? Wait. I have one more question.
I'm leaving the room.
Did it go all the way where you couldn't see it anymore?
To his bladder.
Oh my gosh. This guy.
Sorry.
I can't.
I
This
know.
guy.
I'm sorry. I know.
Oh my god.
Not cool. Not cool.
This has been a rough, whacked out news.
His penis ate the thermometer and sucked it in.
Was he at least drinking?
The guys were like, oh my gosh, it slipped.
It's like a snake.
He probably wasn't trying to.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. To go that deep,
I don't know. Yeah, it's
you
like
put-
he had a mission.
He probably thought he could get it back out.
you're putting a little mustard behind that. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, mustard would burn.
Don't put mustard in there.
That's one of my least favorite stories ever from the whacked out news.
You're welcome. A woman in Japan sued her female ex over infidelity for having an affair with their sperm donor.
What?
Wow. Hello, right?
That's a twist.
That is. There is a 19-year-old girl in Jacksonville that won some extra tomatoes during a dinner with her family this month, but they said no because there weren't enough. So she did what a lot of 19-year-olds today would do. She grabbed a knife and threatened to stab her grandfather in the face.
Okay, seems fair.
She's facing 2 felony charges for it.
Over tomatoes?
She wanted more tomatoes, which, okay.
They're not even the best vegetable we have to offer.
Surprisingly, they're my favorite vegetable.
Really?
I do love a tomato. I can eat tomatoes, and not all tomatoes are created equal.
Stab Gramps in the face over it?
No.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I don't think you'd stab anybody.
Now, well,
Over tomatoes?
not tomato pizza. Sorry, Gramps. Don't
Okay.
you dare touch my pie.
And if you got a troubled kid like the 19-year-old in Jacksonville, what do you do? Well, one mom in England told her 8th grader that if he didn't stop getting in trouble, she'd go to school with him. And she actually followed through. On Friday, she showed up when he was in math and sat with him the entire class.
Are you allowed to do that? If you're the teacher, aren't you kind of annoyed that the mom's disrupting the class?
Maybe the mom set it up with the teacher, and that's the class he was acting up in.
Yeah, and this is England, too. So,
Okay.
You know, they're
It's
used
different
to...
there.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, they're used to doing all kinds of different parenting, with Nanny McPhee and Mary Poppins and stuff.
If one more person tells me a tomato is a fruit in the chat room, I'm going to go eat a tomato. Is it a fruit?
It is a fruit technically,
That's
but
not so
they
dumb.
put it by the vegetables in the produce section, so I'm gonna call it a vegetable.
Do you know how you hate the whole daylight saving time thing? You wanted that. I'm sorry, this whole tomato is a fruit thing needs to go bye-bye. Tomato is a damn vegetable. All right, I'm out.
Okay, he's spoken. That's it. He means business.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Ah, look at this. Kevin left to go on a little business trip, and now it's Denny's in the main chair.
Oh, yeah.
And he's already acting all smug. He comes in here, his hair looks on point.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, they keep sending Kevin away on vacation.
Well, I don't think it's vacation.
I'm totally kidding.
I think he has to actually like do work stuff and like talk to bosses and
Oh, he's making it happen. He's a shaker. He's a mover.
They sent the right guy.
Yes. So you're stuck with this again.
Oh, yeah.
So we get emails all the time, and please, if you get one that's fascinating, fall in your lap, share it with us. We got one from Dave Mendez. Do you want to read it, or do you want me to?
No, you read it.
Okay. It says, "Hey guys, I wanted to see what all of you guys thought about when it comes to miracles. I feel like I've seen two in my lifetime. Once, when I was a child, my best friend's dad was working on his truck. The truck slipped and fell right onto my friend's dad. Then, just like in a movie, my friend lifted the car off of his dad. My friend was only 7 at the time. In that moment, he said he had the strength of 100 men. I definitely thought that was a miracle. The second miracle I witnessed was seeing a man heal a deer that had just been hit by a car.
That's like the movie Powder, Dennis.
It is.
A mystery man walked out of the woods and kneeled down and touched the injured deer. The next thing you know, the deer got up and ran. We all looked up and the mystery man disappeared. The deer had to be severely injured. We have no idea how it was up and running. Just wondering if you guys all believe in miracles and if you've ever seen any."
So the thing about the little kid, yeah, it's miraculous to watch that a 7-year-old lifted a car off of his dad. I have heard this before. When humans freak out and get scared, they get this adrenaline rush and they do super freakish kind of thing. Now, 7 years old to lift a car, that's pretty remarkable.
That seems crazy.
Would you consider that a miracle?
Absolutely.
I think anything that would shock you or save a life.
What about the deer? The deer thing sounds like that was from a movie.
Yeah.
Mystery
The deer
Man.
I don't want to offend the guy that wrote the email. The deer thing sounds made up.
But don't you want that to be real, though?
I do, but I guess I would have to see it with my own eyes. It's one of those things where I don't really believe a lot of stories that I read because I know people are liars.
But you believe in the moon. You do believe in a sense of mysticalness. You believe in the moon.
I want to believe, but I need to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, the kid lifting off the car, you believe that? Or is he making that up too?
I do.
I'm really calling this guy
I'm gonna
out.
call him a double liar. I already called him a liar about the deer.
I do believe in miracles. I think they can happen.
Yeah, it depends, I guess, on your definition of miracle.
Well, that's just it.
Would you consider it divine intervention, or do you consider it just something that was miraculous? That
Yeah,
happened?
like I was pretty sure we had no drinks in the fridge. I opened the fridge and it's full of White Claw
There you
because I
go.
forgot this girl brought us a whole case of White Claw during the Great 48. That's a miracle.
I don't know if that is a miracle. That is actually something that's more like
That's the devil.
that's the devil.
That's the devil working.
I am not a White Claw fan. I'm sorry. I drank some over the weekend. Still don't love them. I'm trying to get myself to like them. I don't like 'em.
I think you're too soft for the claw.
I think I'm too hard for the claw. I'm a whiskey man.
Well, mix it. Put some whiskey in your claw.
That's
that's how you black out.
that is such a dangerous move. Can we get back to miracles, please?
Sorry.
Well, so would you consider this a miracle? My buddy worked at a, I guess it's like a boat slip warehouse. So what they do is they take your boat out of the water, they lift it, and then they slide it into slips and they store it dry. So it's not stored in the dump. So they'll have them like boats up about 4 different stories height.
It's
of boat.
crazy what
And
they
use
do. Yeah, they use every inch.
giant cranes. Well, there was jet skis up on there, and my buddy worked at the marina, and we were picking them up. And while we were chatting with him, a bunch of the jet skis tipped over and all fell around him. None of them hit him. He was just standing there like, whoa, that was close, and everybody came running over, and then they had to repair or pay for all these jet skis that fell. But would you consider that a miracle, that he was standing pretty much in the danger zone and they fell around him?
I think that's coincidence. I feel like I think he got lucky.
For sure, but so what's the dividing line between a miracle and luck?
All right, how about this? You're looking at your toast, and all of a sudden you see Elvis Presley's face crying. Miracle, or are you on severe drugs?
The second one too, it nothing like I'm not going against this guy either, like Virginia, but
Wow, you guys are really giving this guy the business.
I don't know if he's believable.
in Colorado, it's pretty common to hit deer. Like there's a whole season where there's a lot of them. You'll be
And-
driving at night and they constantly run in the road.
You could hit it. It could be unconscious for a second. And then the guy could have put his hands on it. And then all of a sudden the deer was just going to pop up anyway.
Yeah.
And the guy's like trying to play it off like he's a healer. But the deer just was out for
Like
a
in
minute.
shock.
Yeah, the guy he wasn't a mystery man. He was actually a murderer, just getting done with a victim. He's like, what's all this commotion?
He was trying to take the deer out.
I need someone to clean my hands on all this blood.
We hit a deer back when I was playing baseball. It was my freshman year up in college, and it was the back roads of Georgia. And my coach, who was a lunatic, driving the bus, we hit this big old deer about 9 o'clock at night. He pulls over, and all the country folk in the bus are like, "Oh man, coach hit a deer." I'm like, "Well, what's he doing?" He made us all get out of the bus and look for the deer because he said, "quote Oh man, that's good eats." So we're looking for this deer on the side of the road, and I'm asking all the country guys I was playing with. They go, "Well, what do we do if we find the deer?" "Oh, we're putting it on the bus, Penny. We're going to eat this thing."
Well, what if it wasn't dead? I mean, if it got up and ran away, the deer's like got a fighting chance.
I think they would have loved it. The country people would have wrestled it on the
Yeah.
bus. They would have thought it was a challenge. They would
Something
have
yeah.
loved it.
Jeez.
Oh, I would have been like, I'm calling an Uber, guys.
It was in 1996.
I guess to bring us back off topic, somebody said if you add black cherry rum to the White Claw, tastes great.
Can you tell Kevin's gone? He's gone from miracles to deers to me playing baseball to White Claw. Hey, we've been on for 4 minutes now.
Well, you want to solicit for people with miracles?
Yeah, if you got a miracle, let us know. We'll be the judge and jury.
97.9 WRMF. This is the KVJ show, and Kevin's gone. So it's just us, the kids, ruling the roost because Dad's away on a business trip. Yeah. Uh-oh.
What's that noise like?
Oh, well, Virginia was talking about White Claw, and she was saying, you call me a quitter. She wants me to not give up on it. This is dedicated to that one person who emailed and says they hate when I drink on the air. This one, again, is for you.
Oh, you're going black cherry. Classy.
Very classy. I feel like I'm getting a little classier as I get older.
We're taking your miracle calls. If you've got a great story of a miracle that happened to you, call and share it with us. 877-979-WRMF.
We got on line 2, we got David from West Palm. He said he hit a deer. Dave, tell us your story.
All right, guys. First off, love y'all, and it's fantastic when Kevin's not there because you guys are even better.
Oh, thank you.
Well, he's listening right now in the car, so
Don't
you just
say
made
that.
him cry.
Yeah, don't say that. He's listening. Kevin, we love you.
This claw's
I
for
was
you.
working in I was working in EMS, and it was nighttime, and I was driving, and a deer popped out of the road, and I hit it. Now, the medical term for what happened is called a spontaneous abortion, but basically, through the trauma, the deer that I hit gave birth to a baby. I happened to have medical equipment, and of course, through the sobbing and the tears, I was able to resuscitate the baby.
What?
And then the baby cried, and the baby's cries got the mother jumped up, and both mother and baby ran off.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, my gosh.
Just gave us the best call of the day. That's such a great story, and I don't even care if it's real or fake. I love it.
That's a miracle.
That is a
That's
miracle.
true for me.
That's a cool story, brother.
Wow.
Wow, that is a miracle.
I think we need to just call it a day. We're not going to get better than that
Nobody's
call,
gonna
man.
get-
Let's call it a day and open some more claw.
I never heard of that term either.
No, you could tell he was legit because he had the medical term
Yeah.
He
there.
had EMT voice.
He did.
did,
He
he
had
did.
helpful EMT voice. Line 2. No, never mind. Line 3. Do we still have Caitlin?
Yeah. What's up, Caitlin?
Smooth.
Yeah.
Caitlin from Lake Worth. Do you have a story? Oh, Denny's.
It's not sounding good.
It said she was pregnant, had a miscarriage, then found out they were twins, and one survived 4 months later.
Oh, my gosh. That's a miracle.
Oh, man, I wish she was there.
Are you there?
Caitlin?
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
well, I had to
she's
play the
not.
role of Caitlin, but yeah, these are the kind of stories I love.
How crazy
So
is
that
that?
would be a miracle as well. I didn't.
Oh, yeah. You go through all the depression and you think you lost the baby and the miscarriage and it's all sad. And then you realize you're still 4 months pregnant later. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like some of these deserve tickets or something. Am I speaking out of school right now? Do we have prizes or am I messing everything up?
we got Howie Mandel.
Do we have enough?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't know. Those are some good stories.
That is a good story.
We won't give them to them because it's too late, but maybe
Well,
later.
Caitlin, you weren't there,
That's
so
a good
you don't get Howie Mandel, but maybe you should have stayed on
But
the
I mean,
line.
the deer.
David, absolutely. Who saved the deer?
Yeah.
Send him to Howie Mandel.
You're going to Howie Mandel, kid.
There you go.
That's what you get when you save deers.
Keep sharing your stories with us. We love it. 877-979-WRMF. It's the KVJ Show. You can always call us. We'd love to hear from you. 877-979-WRMF.
People are loving how Denny said, more greatness to
come.
And that's all he said going into that Maroon 5 song.
Cryptic.
It sounded a little weird.
Okay, so what happens when we come back and there's no greatness?
Yeah. Why are you lying to the good people?
I'm setting him up for any time in the future from this point forth. There could be greatness.
It could. There's potential.
At any point, it could happen.
Thank you, Denny. So, raising kids is tricky. And I was telling Jay Bird about poor Rocco. I think Rocco is going to be a little quirkier with how he handles himself than his sister.
Do you think Panda is more quirkier than you? Does he have more quirks than you?
He's got more, fears. He's got more...
Yeah, he's married to you. Oh, sorry.
He's more guarded, and he's not as bold as me and Mags. When I
Thank
think
God.
about me and Mags are bold. We're not afraid of nothing. We're just kind of yeah, let's do this. But Rocco and Panda are kind of cut from the same cloth, where they're more cautious, let's say.
All right.
All right,
Does that make sense?
Yeah. What's going on?
So Rocco develops all these weird little tics. He'll have kids over playing with him, and all of a sudden something they'll say or do will scare him, and he'll just be frightened of something just totally benign, and have to come sit with me, and I have to comfort him while he's got friends over watching. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
you look a little soft, kid.
So my buddy, he's got a kid that's 6 years old, and the kid was eating a popsicle last year, and the kid choked on the popsicle. He started choking on it. He's fine, but ever since then, the mere sight of a popsicle, the kid starts to cry, freaks out, has a full-on meltdown, and it's sad because I remember being a little kid. I remember at my school, Lake Park Elementary, they taught us about people who go deaf. For some reason, there was a whole lesson about people who go deaf and what happens when you go deaf, and I left that day.
What?
I ended up going to therapy because of it. It got so bad in school. I was so afraid I was going deaf. In the middle of school, I would start to snap to my ears just to make sure
That you weren't going deaf.
and it was distracting the other kids.
Obviously.
And right at that same time, I don't know, I was in this weird religion thing, and I thought you always had to kiss, blow kisses to God. So the whole time in class, I'm snapping my thumbs and fingers in my ear, and I'm going, kissing to God. They're like, yeah, the Penningtons, we want to talk to you. We think Jason might need some therapy. Yeah, so I get quirks, man.
So how do you teach a kid about going deaf without giving him a weird irrational fear about going deaf?
I always wondered that because out of all of those, because there was so many kids that were part of that lesson, was I the only kid that got freaked out by that? Because I didn't know anything about deafness. I didn't know what it was. They were teaching you about it, and then it just, for whatever reason, I held on to that, and I was so afraid of it.
Maybe some kids you just can't teach stuff that's scary because they already have it in them to have a weird quirk or a tick.
Oh.
And then you teach them about deafness and they freak out and think that it's them going deaf every day.
So when I was young, I was in the ocean and a giant wave came. I mean, I was probably 7 or 8. And a big wave came and it held me underwater for about 1.5, 2 minutes. And
Oh my gosh.
It was a long time. In fact, when I washed up on shore, I washed up on my back and I was breathing because I was facing upward. Otherwise, I was like tousled around. So I was a little young kid, and that traumatized me for a while. But then I started surfing, and I kind of got over it. And I kind of learned to respect how the water works. I don't know. So a lot of that eradicated my fear, because for a while I would not go in the ocean because of that. I was afraid I was going to get pulled under sea and drowned.
Same thing happened with one of my family members. There was that tornado warning. Or what's the one where it's just the conditions?
Watch.
Yeah, so it was just the watch, but they kind of made a big deal about it over the announcements at school. And ever since then, as a kid, one of my family members totally had a ridiculous fear of the teenage tornadoes because of that. Because they made a big deal out of it.
See, I think some kids can handle the information and some kids can't. Some kids internalize it and freak out and then create this whole panic thing in their head. And some kids are like, tornadoes, what's the big deal?
Well, so I think it all just depends on how you process it, because there's some fears that are kind of irrational. Like, being afraid of drowning and stuff is definite fear because it could end your life. But like my wife, she's got an irrational fear of balloons because people used to pop them when she wasn't looking, and it would startle her. So now when she sees them, she doesn't know if they're going to pop or not.
She's not the only one. There's other people. I've heard of that one before.
There's a balloon fetish, too. There's a whole community that likes to get a little freaky with rubbing on balloons.
Leave it to you to make it dirty.
Oh, my bad that I'm trying to educate the people. I don't know if it's dirty. I think it's just a passageway into the human mind.
Have you ever?
No, I'm not. Balloons?
I have balloons.
You want to see this?
We'll be back. Maybe there'll be some balloons. Who knows? Bird with the
Balloons and White Claw.
That sounds like a good break.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
It's the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF. In case you haven't heard, we're giving away $100,000. Yeah, it started this Monday. Every single day, make sure you tune in at 7:10, and you're going to find out the day's triple play. That means 3 songs that you want to make sure you listen, because whenever you hear them later in the day in that same order, you can call in, and if you're caller number 9, you're going to win so much cash. $5,000 a day we're giving away.
You nailed that. Way to go. Good announcement.
Thank you. Kevin who?
Yeah.
Kevin who?
Kevin's going to another radio conference. They got him out today, tomorrow, and Friday. He's back Monday, but while he's away, we're going to hold down this fort.
So we're talking about irrational fears. A lot of people are saying, Denny's, your fear of drowning really isn't irrational. It's kind of a common fear.
Well, so that's why I use that as an example, and then saying my wife's one with the balloons, because one is an actual legit fear and one is an irrational one. And that's why I made that example.
I can't believe how many people are texting in with fear of balloons. So many people are afraid of them.
Yeah, it's pretty
a lot
common.
of people have that.
They don't scare me, but they almost have that chalkboard effect where if you're rubbing on the balloon, it tickles my throat starts to tickle for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. Makes my butt feel weird.
Maybe you're just having a flashback to when you used them in the bedroom.
I know you want me to be this weirdo in the bedroom. I'd hate to disappoint you.
If I could just get in his place for 30 minutes with some little spy cams, just 30 minutes, I would love to know what happens on the weekend.
If I knew you were watching, though, I would put on such a ridiculous show. I'd go over the top.
That's why I don't want you to know. I want to come in there and put the spy cams when you have no idea, because I want to see the bird in his natural habitat.
Get out of here.
I want to see what you do.
I don't really do that much. Tell her, Denny's, I'm a normal person.
And there's a bunch of ghost footage of you sleeping and stuff, so you can kind of see what he's like.
That's a rational fear.
We're not supposed to talk about that yet, Denny's, but I'm glad you brought that up. That footage, we do have ghost footage that's supposed to be, I haven't seen it yet. From what I have been told, it is unbelievable footage. I don't want to oversell it, but I'm going to.
So you think that you'll be able to actually see?
I don't know. I don't want to get excited. I've been excited so many times about this stuff in my
Why
life.
haven't they let you see it?
Because if I get this stuff on the way I think I understand it, if I now have footage of this video on my phone and I'm watching at my place, this spirit's going to feed off of that and get stronger, and that's what people are afraid of right now.
Watch it here at work.
But if it's attached to me like they think I am, see, I'm not supposed to be answering these questions because they're investigating, and I was told that if I keep answering questions, it's going to hinder their investigation. I know.
We want the truth.
But
So
we're a show about questions. We got a lot of them.
People were giving me a hard time, like your Metal Beard Dans in the chat room. They always have something to say.
Well, for once, I'm on Metal Beard Dan's side. Give us the goods. Stop holding out.
It's not my fault.
I need to know about the ghost, and I want to see the video.
There's no reason why Vicky couldn't bring the video to our house and let us watch it, but then I guess you're bringing it back in. I don't know. I'll talk to her.
Yeah, well, get it all situated.
People think the fact that I'm not giving answers, they think that I'm lying about this, and it's putting me in a tough spot. So I promise you, when I get this footage, I will show it. And look, if it's weak footage, I'll say it's weak footage. I've been told it's not.
Interesting. When you sleep at night now, are you afraid to be in your house knowing there's a ghost possibly there with you, hitting you while you're sleeping?
Last 2 nights have been probably the worst nights of sleep I've had. I mean, I've really not slept in 48 hours again.
When are you going to go do this thing where you go to a hotel and spend the weekend there and they video you there?
The reason why they're doing that is because they think something's attached to me and they're trying to eliminate that as an answer.
They
That's
want to
why.
film him from another setting to see if the ghost followed him or if it stayed in its place.
Now, if you don't believe in this stuff, this sounds like I am a wackadoodle.
Well,
But you
yes.
you actually do believe in
I
this
do
stuff.
believe in it, but I also want proof.
I do too.
I want to see it. I want to see the ghost slapping you while you're sleeping.
You're not supposed to. Yeah, I hear you.
That sounds fun to me.
I know. I'll know if I said too much when I get a text message from Vicky. And Vicky, if you are listening, what is the reason why I'm not allowed to give more information about that? That is the one answer people want.
Well, it's the one answer, and the video specifically is the one thing that if you show people, they'll be like, oh my gosh, wow, there is something there. That's how you turn all the Metal Beard Dans of the world into believers.
That's where I actually kind of agree with Metal Beard Dan. I want to kick it up to a level where we get these ghosts all pissed off and mad just so we can capture it on audio and on video.
I want to see it.
Yes.
I want to hear it.
That's what I want. So I do things that are out of the ghost world that you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to do unsanctioned seances. You're not supposed to do Ouija board. Sometimes you're not supposed to do tarot card readings. I do all of that stuff, hoping to get something kind of jazzed up in there because I do want proof. Damn it.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for the footage and
Calm down,
we can
Danny.
talk about it.
Calm down.
So your fears are rational, I think, of being haunted. I think basically you're haunted.
But then again, I have a fear of walking in front of a large building. That's an irrational fear.
Yes.
Not a lot of people have that.
Blue food, irrational fear.
But that's such a weak fear. Are you really?
I hate it.
You hate it.
It sets me off.
But are you afraid of blue food?
Do you ever eat it?
No.
Never, ever.
Never.
Oh, you think her judgmental Tequesta ass is eating
I was
blue
so
food?
sad because one of my friends gave me a birthday cake and it had some blue icing on it, and I was like, do you even know me? It was very sad.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing to stay away from the blues and the reds.
The blue and all of that, it's not good for you. It's not natural.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It makes me feel weird.
It's a food additive.
Hey, the phones aren't really exploding right now. Why don't you start talking some trash about GMOs, Denny's?
Yeah, if anybody wants to yell at Denny's about GMOs and how he's irrationally afraid of them.
Just give us a call, 877-979-9763.
Yeah,
Call me out.
We'll talk to you about pretty much anything, honestly.
Yeah.
It's the end of the show, so let's just get weird with it.
Kevin's gone, y'all. We're drinking Claw.
I'm the only one drinking Claw. Denny's, go to commercial.
Yeah, he is.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/kvjshow.
It's the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF. Kevin is out for the remainder of the week. He is going to be on a little radio conference out in Texas. Yeehaw! So till then, you have the VJD Show. Once again, despite complaints from management about it last time, it's back.
Kev, if you're listening, because we know you might still be, it's bigger out in Texas. Make sure you tease that hair up. Make it bigger. Get your hair real big.
Higher the hair, the closer to God.
Yes.
Isn't your mom from Texas?
My mom's in Texas now, yes.
My dad's in Texas right now, too. I've only been to Texas once, and I wasn't there that long, so I didn't get to experience Texas like I need to. Does Texas do good pizza?
I don't love Texas.
Yeah, you always gotta...
I am not a huge fan, no offense, because I know Texans are very prideful people, and they don't appreciate I'm from Louisiana, and we're right next to Texas, and we always used to have to drive through Texas to go see Grandma in San Antonio, and it was always just kind of, ugh.
Someone already texted in. Is weed legal in Texas, Denny's?
I don't believe so. No, that's one of the states. Texas and Kansas are like the two big ones that when you're leaving Colorado, if you're heading east, that you have to go through.
We don't let no hippies through Texas.
Texas is the one where they have so Kansas is the one they have the big billboards that say you will be searched.
Really?
Yeah,
So
giant.
they let you know right off the bat.
Right as you're entering from Colorado, there's a bunch of billboards that say if you're trying to take, yeah.
All these hippies trying to get out of Colorado with their weed.
We got stopped at one when I was heading back. They make everyone on the highway, they block it off that you have to pull off on the exit, and they search everyone that goes through.
So is that legal?
Wow.
Can you actually search a car without probable cause?
So they go through. So here's where everything's weird with the laws, because the probable cause law is kind of tricky right now because people legally are allowed to have it. So it's not necessarily probable cause anymore to search your car if you smell the smell of marijuana, you know?
Yeah.
It's a tricky area. I mean, they could still get you if they want. Now they can refer to the court cases in the defense of, you know, that not being probable cause.
I brought this up like 9 times. I don't think I've ever gotten an answer. There is a plant here in South Florida. Now, it's not the weed plant. It smells so much like weed. Now, if a cop pulled you over and he smells that plant, that's not weed, and he's like, I smell weed, Virginia, probable cause. Could he, at that point, legally
If he smells
search your
it-
car because of that other plant that is not weed?
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell the difference between it smells just like a pot plant.
By Hal Watkins Middle School, there is I'm not sure what plant or tree it is, but you drive right by it. Maybe it's the kids toking it up. I don't know.
But it smells like the plant in its natural state, not in its burnt state.
It does. It smells like you're growing weed.
It smells like you have it in your pocket.
And it's not weed. It's very bizarre.
There's right in front of off Hood Road in Frenchman's Reserve, right there. If you just walk right by there, you can smell it. There's a plant somewhere growing in their front foliage that is the plant. I've just never been able to find it.
I mean, couldn't you see some flat top cop? I smell something in here. What do you got in your back seat?
Well, probable cause could be anything. If you were a smoker of cigarettes and you smoked cigarettes in your car and you had an ashtray, I mean, technically that would be a probable cause as well.
But they have all those videos online on YouTube where the police officer pulls over the car and there's like, am I being detained? Am I being detained? And they're not being detained. So at some point, the car's allowed to leave because they haven't committed a crime. How do you get? Where's that line at?
So, I mean, everybody's different, but there is probably a level of because a lot of people don't get arrested. They're not experienced to it. So if a cop says, hey, can I do this? A lot of people are going to be compliant because they're trying not to do anything against the law. Now, you get those real mouthy people that know their law really well, and they're dropping statutes on these people. But
There's this one guy. He doesn't identify as any part of the nation. He's like, I am a man of the earth. You cannot arrest me. This is my habitat naturally. And the cop's like, what? He's got this big beard.
Well, so he's different because he is a person who is not of the United States. He considers himself his own. They have a term for it.
Sovereign nation.
Yeah.
But he lives in the United States. And he's staying there.
But here's the thing: he lives outside, and he doesn't use our computer's freaking out. He doesn't use the United States for anything. He grows his own food. He gets his own medicine. He takes care of his own self. And so he's not technically a part. He doesn't use any of the services. He doesn't go to American schools. I believe he was in California or Oregon this took place or something. He doesn't subscribe to any of those. He has his own property and his own land, and he doesn't interact with humanity. So technically, I mean, he's not using any of the services of America. He should not be held to the...
He's in court. They have him in court. He's like, the law of man. You can't arrest me. And this guy's in court. He tells off the judge about how he's not part of any kind of nation. And she's like, sir, you can't leave. Bailiff, can you get this man? They let him walk right out. He doesn't get arrested, nothing, because he says he's the law. Is it law of man or law of earth? Or
So he's
So
his own...
bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
He mind tricked him.
He did.
He did, but he's like, I don't use any of your stuff. I contribute to none of your services. I contribute not to your society at all. He's like, why should I be held by your laws when you come out to my territory and arrest me?
He gets
He's like,
lippy with the judge, and she.
well, he
like,
tells the judge to stand down.
He does. He goes, stand down, stand down.
And she's like,
I
Bizarre.
gotta show you this video.
well, she's like, by the United States of America, I can't do anything because I'm technically I mean, you are. You're not abiding by any of the laws. You don't consider yourself a person of society.
But couldn't you say you're at least taking up the land in the nation? So you're kind of like, it's like, you're a squatter at that
The guy's
point.
100 years old, though. He's probably had that land since he purchased it, you know? His family has had that land. He just does not go into society. He uses nothing from it. I get what you're saying, though. It's an odd clip to watch. Watch a man tell a judge to stand down and then leave because he doesn't abide by these laws.
Look, I'm used to seeing Judge Judy put people in their place.
He wouldn't walk away from Judge Judy.
No, love, man, sit your ass down. That's what Judge Judy would say.
I can't believe the bailiff didn't jump up when the judge told him to.
I got to show you this video because me and Denny's watched it and we were very confused how he got away with it.
He was so confusing. I think everybody kind of stood back. The judge leaves. She just leaves the room because she's like, I'm not going to handle this anymore.
She quit?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So there was no talking to this guy. He had a line for everything she said.
Yeah, if anybody knows anything about this law or people who say that they're not part of the nation but they're still living here, let us know. Our number is what, Denny's?
877-979-9763. And just to add to you earlier, you're asking what that plant was called. Somebody, and it's from the text, so who knows? But
the chat room knows.
The plant is called viburnum.
Okay,
Viburnum?
Denny's,
That's got to be fake, right?
Burnham?
Guy Burnham? No, I'm just kidding.
97.9 WRMF. In case you hadn't heard, we are giving away $100,000. Oh, yeah. You want to get a piece of it? All you have to do is tune in at 7:10, find out the day's triple play. It's going to be 3 songs. And then when you hear those songs played back in that same order later in the day, you just be caller number 9 to 877-979-WRMF. And bam, you win $5,000.
Very cool.
You guys want to get positive real quick? Thought of the day?
I do, yes.
Are you going to judge it like you do every day?
I'll be nice since Kevin's not here. It throws off the whole dynamic. Like, I can't just be mean to you and then Kevin doesn't help you pick you back up.
Because Denny's isn't going to, he's just going to be like, what?
It changes the whole dynamic. I got to be nice to you just for 3 days.
I know, it's so
Well,
tough.
now it's 2.
Okay, you attract people by the qualities you display. You keep them by the qualities you possess.
I like it.
Very positive.
Even though she doesn't like it, you're going to say you like it.
It's deep.
Yeah.
All right, after the show podcast.
Do you need more KVJ Show? Find everything KVJ at kvjshow.com.
Geico presents quick ways to change your life.